Good evening, everyone. Hello. Good evening. I'm Ethan Van Sciver. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. That's right. I'm the world's most charming, elegant. I mean, right now I'm in my pajamas, but eloquent. I try to use. I try to speak in language that people can understand, that illustrates my point, paints a picture, paints a beautiful image, and charming, humble man. Humble. Haven't let any of this go to my head, despite what people think. People say, Ethan, your ego has swollen. It is not. I remain, the most elegant, eloquent, charming pauper, in the world. Great to be here with you guys. Hello, Zaid Comics. Hello, Androt Sar. Hello, everyone. Berserker Pride says, show pajamas. You don't want to see that. Well, my pajamas are a Charlie XCX t-shirt and these red and black checkered pajama bottoms that I'm wearing. Pretty stylish. It's the holidays. I checked my mail today. I got a copy of Caligula on Blu-ray, which I'm looking forward to watching again, where Andrea can't see, because Andrea is not going to want to watch this movie. I promise you. Caligula. This movie's hard to watch. I watched it when it first came out on Blu-ray. I was interested in seeing it, and it was repulsive. I mean, there was nothing redeeming about it at all, which is interesting because usually Gore Vidal and I are right on the same page. So I don't really understand that. Bob Guccione, of course, involved, the guy behind Penthouse magazine. So this should have been just a wonderful piece of film, and it was okay. It just wasn't that great. It was all right. Maybe it was great, but it was vulgar and vile and contained scenes that I would be uncomfortable watching with my spouse. But you never know. Helen Mirren's in it. I mean, that always speaks well of the film. Malcolm McDowell. Death Dealer Zero says, that's porn, Ethan. Oh, is that what that is? Yeah, I guess, sometimes things actually are porn. The Malcolm McDowell Caligula, most certainly. John F76 says, have Cecil on to narrate Caligula. Have Cecil narrate Caligula on chat so we could watch Caligula together and Cecil could tell you what's on the screen. That sounds like a good idea. Cecil, what do you think of that? You think that's a plan? You want to narrate Caligula for these people?
Wow, I got on. You got me on already. I just clicked the button.
I know, it was actually pretty good timing because I just read a tweet about you. So
I didn't hear it.
Well, not a tweet. I'm sorry, a message. I swear to God, I'm still a little punchy. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. And by the way, Cecil, I've got everybody coming over tomorrow. We're having some people over. You are coming over. Jeff Hicks, World Class Bullshitters, Jesse Milestone from Mindless Entertainment. We're just going to come over and hang out. And it's at 4. I think I said everybody come over at 4:30, or at least that's when they said they could come over. So I just relayed that to you. And I was like, I'm going to be asleep. Like, I have to change my sleeping patterns immediately. I don't know. Like, I've been up working nights, doing Cyberfrog. I went to sleep today at around 4 p.m. and just woke up at midnight-ish. And Andrew's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I guess I'm going to go back to sleep at 8 a.m. and sleep for a little while, try to rearrange my sleep schedule. I want to be bright and alert, Cecil.
Yeah, well, that's why I was happy you were going on there right now. I figured when you texted me before. Well, actually, I texted you, but you didn't know who the hell it was.
Yeah, I thought it was Jeff. He's like, he goes, what kind of wine? You say, what kind of wine does Andrea like? And I was like, I didn't even have a chance to answer. And you're like, okay, I'm going to bring red. And Cecil, you know better than that. Like, red. I thought you were going to ask for something specific or talk about.
I was joking because I waited a couple hours, but I was in the store and I just picked up a California cab.
Oh, you're beautiful.
And that's what you answered. I was like, well, that was fucking perfect. I just took a guess.
Yeah. Just take a. I mean, that's the most common kind. I mean, that's we wouldn't hit you with something real weird. I mean, that's just not what we're gonna do. But that's what I drink, and Andrea drinks that sometimes. Here's Antonio from Akari Press. I think it says device is not connected. He's trying to get in. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hey, Antonio.
Antonio, it's been a long time since I've been on with Antonio.
Like, yeah. I think I was in the Phantom Zone or something. I don't know. But
No, you weren't. I mean, you weren't in any fandom. You weren't in any Phantom Zone, Antonio. You're always close to my heart. I don't always do live streams. I think it's been like 3 days since I've done my own live stream. No, I was in the car yelling about pies. By the way, I'm in the car yelling about pies, and
saw
I
that
don't.
stream, by the way.
Oh, all right. So I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, Judy's bringing an apple pie, and I want to get more pies than just an apple pie. Well, Judy is Andrea's father's wife. Okay, like so, Andrea's stepmother, my mother-in-law, and so they show up for Thanksgiving and go, did you get your pies, Ethan? And I was like, well, what?
They watched.
They watched my video. I couldn't believe it. I was like, the other day, like the last time I saw them, and these are elderly people. I think it's fair to say they're older than me. And I'm old, so that makes anyone older than me elderly. They're like, we threw away cable. We're not, and by the way, this is surprisingly progressive, like for adults to do, people from a prior generation. They threw away cable. Like, we don't watch it anymore. There's nothing on TV that we want to watch. So we got a Fire Stick. We're watching other things. They've turned to YouTube, and they come over and they're laughing about sovereign citizens. My father-in-law, my father and mother-in-law are so goddamn hip. They're laughing at sovereign citizens right now, watching wrecked feminist videos on YouTube. And of course,
I'm out of the loop. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so sovereign citizens, you can find a whole lot of videos about these. It's kind of a weird, almost kind of hippie sort of thing that's going on in the United States. People declare themselves not citizens of the United States of America. They are sovereign citizens unto themselves. They have not, even though they live here and they enjoy all of the rights of an American citizen, they are subject to no laws of the United States of America. And they're trying this line of bullshit out on the police.
I've seen those videos. She's like, I am not a citizen. You have no power over me. Just step out of the car, lady, and just throws her on the ground. Like,
I am a citizen of Wakanda.
They're citizens unto themselves.
Diplomatic community.
So it's like they're watching all these videos, and of course they stumble across. I don't know if they stumble across. I'm sure they knew about it, but I never expected them to watch my live streams. And my father-in-law's like, I watched an hour of you driving to get pies. He's like, I couldn't turn it off. I was like, did you try to turn it off? No, he enjoyed it. Like, apparently me going to get pies was extremely compelling viewing. And that's the future. I said, it's not gonna be long before I cut my cable either. What's on? What are we watching? I mostly.
My parents are in their 70s. They cut their cable too. My father's big on YouTube, although he has no idea about my channel really. I hope not anyway, because that conversation we had about Brokeback Mountain the other night.
I regret every minute of that.
Anne Hathaway's tits are divine.
I love Anne Hathaway.
Wait,
love it.
Anne Hathaway's tits are divine. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
See, that's how they drag you in. She's naked in that, isn't she? Is she naked?
Yeah, she's the beard. Yeah, because the dude has to pretend to be straight. Yeah.
See, that's how they would get me into the theaters. You would say there's a movie called Brokeback Mountain, and Anne Hathaway's naked in it. And
what's it about? I don't know. Anne Hathaway's.
Yeah, why do you need it to be about something? What are you, gay? Go see the Anne Hathaway naked. I'd be like, all right,
No, the chick I was dating at the time, she kept hearing the movie was good. I was like, isn't that two gay guys like fucking each other? And she was like, no, it's art. And I was like, okay. And I went and I saw the tits and I was happy, but that was only like one scene. Yeah. The rest of it is guy spitting in his hand to lube up.
That was the that was the discussion. We don't need to go into it again.
I can't quit you. Yeah, no, that's what it is.
By the way, David and Judy, hi, if you're watching right now. So you never know. And this is the thing. I said, don't watch my YouTube channel anymore. I can't be doing YouTube wondering. Sometimes my brother Josiah will pop up in the chat, it's like, oh, Josiah's watching right now. My brother, who's still very, very Mormon. It's like, yeah, I worry about stuff like that. It makes me a little self-conscious. That's all, Cecil. You don't have anything to worry about. You're not saying or doing anything to be ashamed of, Neither are you, Antonio.
Yeah, well, I have no shame at this point. I've spilled my guts on the interwebs.
It's all good. It's all good. Today's an interesting day. Let's get the topic, done right out of the gate. The FBI GamerGate files were exposed, were released, and I'm not. Were you guys following GamerGate when it was happening? I mean,
I was aware of it, but I was not. I'm not big into video games.
Yeah, me either. How about you, Antonio?
I hit the Xbox every now and again to play some Street Fighter. That's about it.
Yeah, I tried to hook my Xbox 360 back up the other day and it wouldn't work.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, it's the holiday season. Usually when the holiday season comes around, I'm an old man stuck in my ways. And I just want to play Dead Rising 1 and 2. And those games are from 2003. They're old games, but I still like them. I still like to hit zombies with chainsaws. So, I have my Xbox 360. I have those games. I never played them. And I tried to take it upstairs to the big TV in our bedroom and hook it up. And it wouldn't hook up. And by the way, Hunter was no help. Hunter was like, maybe it's just obsolete, Dad. Who plays Xbox 360 anymore? I'm like, that's no excuse. It should work.
It should work.
I mean, it just sat here collecting dust for 4 years, I mean, that could be a reason. But I just wanted to play my Dead Rising 1 and 2. I've got it on Steam. I've got a Steam account, which I also never use. There's a blue joystick sitting on top of my computer console here. And it's covered in dust. I don't play. I bought every Star Wars game on Steam. I don't play them. I had Dead Rising. I have Call of Duty. I don't play them. I don't. Who has time? I see Mike S. Miller playing video games live all the time. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Who has time for this?
Well, if you're doing it on a live stream, you could be doing it right now. It's not. I bought. You know what I bought that I played? The Dig Dug at CVS for like $10.
Oh wow!
HDMI, like a little thumb drive kind of thing. You just plug with an HDMI, plug it in.
Yeah.
As a remote, a wireless remote, and you could play like 5 old classic games.
I love those. They started putting those out way back in like 2002. And they had a Dig Dug one. They had a Miss Pac-Man one. And it was all like arcade level. Like it was the arcades.
Yeah, it was exactly the arcade.
Donkey Kong Jr. Yeah.
No, wrong, Antonio. That's what I was just gonna say. Donkey Kong is my favorite game, and I am, if not the king of Kong, at least the prince, maybe a lord of Kong.
King of Kong is one of the greatest video game documentaries ever made.
One of the greatest documentaries ever made.
Yeah, true that.
Agreed.
My favorite line is the guy going, "I wanted to be the hero. I wanted a pretty girl to come up to me and say, 'Hey, I see you're really good at Centipede.'" I was like, everything about that sentence was wrong. I want one, that doesn't make you a hero. 2, there's no pretty girl that's ever said, "Hey, I see you're really good at Centipede."
But that documentary may have inspired some of that. Like there might be some girls now who will come up to you and say, "I see you're really good at Centipede," because they're really big fans of that documentary. Is that possible, or is that bullshit?
No way.
I just need Ethan to invite Steve Weeby on the channel to talk to him for a few minutes.
No, I want the other guy. The guy
was it the hot sauce guy?
The guy's the best, hiding the other hot sauces behind.
I'm God. Steve Weeby, and Doug TenNapel is Billy Mitchell.
Oh wow!
What do you think of that?
Well, if he's got the mullet, I'll go with it.
All right, that's just bullshit. I'm Billy Mitchell. Believe it.
They finally kicked him out. I saw it was a couple years ago. They finally decided, I guess, that he had cheated on one of the things, and they threw his records out and stuff.
The video, it cuts out and then comes back in, and he's got a high score.
It's VHS. It
Yes.
happens. I mean,
And,
lines.
and everybody that puts in a thing that beats his score, they say is a fake, and they just reject it.
But it's so funny though, because you see all these YouTube videos. You can Google it. You can go on YouTube right now and search for it. There's like 30 videos. A guy goes, "This is why Billy Mitchell's full of shit," and they spend like 15, 20 minutes analyzing it like it's the fucking Sabruder film. And they're like, right here, it jumps on the alpha version of the main board. This it wouldn't do that, and I was like, oh God,
that's justice. You do need to do that. You need to investigate cheaters whenever you can. I mean, I like that. By the way, the thing about Donkey Kong is that once you tell people how to do it, anybody can do it. I mean, that's the big flaw of Billy Mitchell's whole thing. It's like, okay, the question is, how do I beat, the level 4 elevator level? And once you just watch one YouTube video about the timing, like when to move your little Mario guy, anybody can do it. And once you know how to beat the 4th level, everything else is repetitive. You can go on and on and on. And unless you make a stupid mistake, you're going to kick that game's ass. And that's the wonderful thing about YouTube. Billy Mitchell's obsolete. I think I could probably beat him at Donkey Kong. Just give me a week to warm up, Cecil. I can do it. So fuck that guy. Now the problem is that Antonio was like, hey, I have a plug and play, Donkey Kong Jr. game. They won't make it. Nintendo won't make it. I want a Donkey Kong, one of those 2/3 scale arcades at Walmart. They don't have Donkey Kong. They have every other game. It's all fucking one is Donkey Kong.
The funniest part of that thing is what was his name? Steve Wiebe. That was the guy's name.
Yeah, Steve Wiebe.
Yeah, he was the actual like Pac-Man leader, and then Time Magazine sent and some other kid goes, yeah, I'm the world champ, and they print his picture and name. The guy was like, I felt so fucking bad. He's like, I didn't know they didn't. Of course, they're not gonna fucking check. It's a bunch of fucking teenagers in them, and they print his fucking picture. And meanwhile, he never got credit his whole life. That guy.
It's sad, it's sad to be overlooked like that at the one thing that you've achieved. Argentico 2003, thanks for $2. Says, did you watch the last Drawn and Backhold? Super funny.
Yeah, Malin. Yeah.
I skipped through it. I watched John Malin for Andrea, but first of all, Andrea watched it and she told me about it.
He drew a human centipede of the war campaign.
She's like, you got to see this. Malin trolled war campaign, and I went, no. She's like, yeah. She's like, I think he actually kind of upset Ro. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this shit. I got John Malin drawing Ro Kabir as the leader of a fucking human centipede, and I kind of scroll. It was too long. I haven't sat through the whole thing yet, but I will. While I'm drawing tonight. Ro actually was kind of like had hurt feelings over it. John Malin was just like da. John is funny, man. John just kind of does his thing. And when John's putting you in your place, you're never quite sure. Like John's having a good time doing it. You're never quite sure how John feels. I dig it. I laughed so hard at the human centipede war campaign thing. It was great.
It had to be a Thanksgiving thing, so he just put a turkey in front of Ro. And I think he put me and Kelsey in the back with Kelsey as a pilgrim and me as an Indian.
That's awesome. Yeah. He put the rest
cultural appropriation. Yeah,
it was great. I love John, man. I gotta say, he's one of my favorite people in the world. He is very, very funny. And I like Ro too, and I like the war campaign guys, but I think they got suitably trolled on that by John Malin. So everybody go back and watch that video. All about the books, $10. Thanks, says Ethan. Please talk about Donnie Cates literally gatekeeping by saying you're irrelevant and don't have the right to an opinion. Oh, yeah. Donnie Cates is kind of going out of his mind right now. I don't know if you guys are watching this. I watched the last 2 Zach videos. Like, your boy Zach did 2 videos in a row about him.
Yeah, I saw the one he put up, what was it, this morning or last night? So.
Yeah, he did one. He did one about me, kind of, and then he did another one. I guess Donnie Cates threatened. Well, this is the one that he did. Just I think it was this morning. It might have been last night. Donnie Cates wishes a happy Thanksgiving to the comic shop that leaked Thor #1.
Oh yeah, I saw that they had their number on it where you could trace back to who it was given to or whatever.
Now, is that the whole issue though, or
no? This was supposed to be just a preview of it.
Well, yeah, apparently it's a preview. He made it sound like it was the whole thing. I really think Donnie needs a break, man. He's kind of loopy right now. It says we looked at the reaction to Donnie Cates and the rest of the comic book industry to the issue of comic book piracy. And that is all the rage right now. You're going to hear a lot about comic book piracy. And I've been discussing it too on Twitter because, it's a worthless issue. It's something worth talking about, if only to debunk its importance. It's irritating. It's annoying that people are reading your books for free, but it is not the reason why your books are not selling. And it's negative implications on your personal sales are negligible. It's not anybody who's reading your book for free is browsing a piracy site and has no interest in buying comic books at all.
right?
Having said that, it might lead, in my opinion, some people to actually become fans and decide they want to own your book. It might not.
Here's the thing also. I remember Zach did a video on it, I don't know how many months ago, but he just mentioned, it kind of was a throwaway line, but it was about how going to the comic book store once a week is a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
And if you break that ritual long enough, it's gone. And comic books is for collectors, guys who have that collector's mentality. They don't want to miss an issue. They don't want to miss a storyline. They have to have everything in that story, and it's a collector's mentality. The digital files do not tap into that at all. You're not going to tap into the obsessive collector, which is what comic book stores. You'll get somebody who may see your work and then want to pick it up and think, I have to collect that. But yeah, it's not the same. I don't even download when I get the free, when you get the free password in Marvel, and it's like, here, you got the free digital file. It's like, I don't even look at it. Like, I don't give a shit.
Monkey Jeebus says, fuck you, Cecil.
Wow.
That's out of the blue. I don't think that was appropriate. Cecil, I don't think you said anything to deserve being told to go fuck yourself.
Well, Monkey Jeebus is Donnie Cates, obviously. He got mad when I said, oh, if Ethan's so irrelevant, how come you have 2,000 likes on this video, on this tweet?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was great.
And he immediately blocked me whenever I sent that.
Who blocked you? Donnie Cates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing about it. Like, I do seem to confer clout, whether it's negative or positive. It's an odd thing, man. You talk about me and people respond. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I'm just a normal guy.
They respond to me responding to you about that. That whole thing the other day was crazy, man. They was on me, man. I was just like, okay.
Weirdos. Oh, by the way, Camara, thanks for $2. Says, yeah, EVS SOS Volume 1 is almost at $1,500. Back SOS. Dirt Rock Road's a new member. Thank you. We'll do a little bit of a deep dive into Donnie Cates first before we go on to the Gamergate thing, since it's being brought up. But let me get these super chats. CC says, looking forward to the Cyberfrog Omnibus. Hail EVS. When's the release date? Guys, so this involves me scanning. I tell people about this. I had to talk. Somebody's like, Ethan is spending his Cyberfrog money. No, I don't spend any of it. It's in an S corp. I don't have access to it. Andrea has access to it. I don't spend my money. I spend the money I make here on YouTube and royalties and other art sales. But it's ridiculous. So I was thinking about spending the money though. Once everything was fulfilled and everything's taken care of, I'm like, what am I going to do? Buy a yacht? No, what I'm going to actually end up doing is reinvesting the money into Cyberfrog, just like I said I wouldn't do. But it feels like that's what I want to do now that I have a taste of having my own books, So I'm right away reinvesting some of it into the Cyberfrog Omnibus. In order to put that out, I have to take all of the Cyberfrog work. It has to be, for what I don't have files of, it has to be rescanned and cleaned up and made a new file that's printable. 328 pages. It's $48 a page to do that process. It's almost like redrawing it in a way. And that's being done right now. I guess I could launch the omnibus whenever I really want to, but I just want to make sure the whole thing is scanned and ready for print before I do. And I just wrote a big check. I wrote a check for, I think, $14,000 just for the initial scanning process.
Oh wow!
To clean it up.
Schemes and scans. That's what it is.
Yeah, schemes and scans. So we're getting the omnibus together, and I guess I'll launch it. And I said a couple days ago, I said 30 days, 28 days. But I have a bunch of stuff that I need to sell. I've got the Amphibionics and Heather Swain, Diary of Heather Swain ash cans, the extras that I overprinted so that people could buy them. I'm like, when do I launch these? And I did a little poll. And I said, should I launch these now for like Cyber Monday or should I wait? And overwhelmingly, people said, do it now. But you know what? Andrea said, wait. So I'm going to wait. Andrea overrules everybody. I'm going to actually wait until at least people are. I think the best way to do it is let's just wait until people are getting the books and people are showing them. And it's like fulfillment is imminent, like almost complete. And then we'll go ahead and launch them for people who are watching enviously. Cecil, I'll give you one when you come over, though. You don't have to wait. You're an elitist,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're the elite.
Oh, damn. People, just completely ignoring.
Well, I mean, no, Antonio, if you came over, you would get one, too. But I don't see you coming over. Cecil's actually driving down.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And he's going to get the guest room that I was promised.
I booked a room. I'm not going to stay at his house.
Oh.
I don't know why Cecil, and you probably think you're being nice, but actually it's insulting. We have first of all,
I meant to insult you.
Well, okay. In that case, well done.
I'm assuming your house.
We're like, oh, we're having Cecil as the house guest. Cecil's like, I got a hotel.
No, you guys don't know me.
In Mount Laurel? What the fuck? Mount Laurel? Okay, all right.
Now I'm going to be hounded by fans. They know where I'm staying.
There's only one hotel in Mount Laurel. So if you want to find Cecil, that's where he's staying.
Give it to me, baby.
He could be staying here where we have armed guards and working 24 hours and to ensure his security. But no.
I'll tell you what, if I ever come back, I'll stay. But I have not met your family. I could be some weirdo. Like, come on,
well, you are some weirdo, but we still love you. I mean, we feel like your family, and at this point, why not just hang out and become family? That's
it won't be a big loss if I end up staying because it was believe it or not, the Mount Laurel hotel rates are very, very affordable.
Let's see. Matt Becker says, I'm going to Mount Laurel just to backhand him. See, a lot of people today, a lot of hostility towards Cecil.
I noticed.
It could be because people are hostile. It could be because I'm selectively reading the chat, but I wouldn't do that to Cecil. All right, so let's. All right, did I get them all there? Yeah, I did. I got all the super chats up to this point, and now let's go back and watch Donnie Cates wishing a happy Thanksgiving to the comic shop that leaked Thor #1. This guy's a lunatic. I hate to say it because me and Donnie Cates have always gotten along really well. But what the fuck is wrong with him? All right, so he says we had a few. All right, so we've looked at the reaction of Donnie Cates and the rest of the comic book industry to the issue of comic book piracy. We even had a few suggestions of our own to prevent it, including utilizing hard digital marking tech to identify pirates. Well, we didn't expect a ready example of the principle involved to be provided quite so speedily. Tonight, Donnie Cates was tweeting regarding PDF previews of Thor #1 that were being sent out to comic stores before the final order cutoff date, and that he found being passed around by a private Facebook group for collectors and speculators. And here's Donnie. Hey, if you're a comic shop and we send you a preview for a book and then you leak it online for speculators and pirates, ? Try and remember to take your account off the PDF. Talk soon. Thanksgiving. The fuck is this guy doing, man? He's like 5'4". What is he doing? Donnie Cates thug life. We're gonna find out who you are. You shared our Thor book. Now, Rich Johnson swooned, evidently. I mean, just judging from the tone and tenor of this article.
Hand job. Yeah.
He got wet.
Here's Rich Johnson.
Bit not needed.
Is this the Doug TenNapel Spike thing? Get him, Spike. Here's Rich Johnson. This is the kind of thing that can cost a comic book store their diamond account. So Yeah. Here's a more official and sanctioned sneak peek.
I bet Diamond ain't pulling any fucking accounts at this point.
No, we've seen Diamond's accounting. They're not pulling shit. Look at this fuzzy Thor hammer. That's nice. You know, to cushion the blow a little bit. Looks fine, I guess. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's that noise. Like when the hammer penetrates the monster. Who cares? Who gives a shit? This looks like every other comic book out there right now.
So you think a hammer going through like was that a giant or
like a monster?
Sounds like a pussy fart.
Well, when
I've heard those. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, all right, it probably makes an impact noise. Add like
Yeah.
a little better, like that impact.
That's definitely accurate. Yes.
Okay, that's the noise. Look at that. Look at all the juicy everywhere. Cecil, don't question me about my Foley skills. Never question my Foley skills again.
Wait, should I bring my microphone and laptop so we could live stream together?
That's entirely the point. Yeah. Make sure that you do, because we're going to
a sound booth in your basement for me to sit in, like Robin Quivers.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course I do. You think you're playing with amateurs here? No, Cecil, I don't have anything like that, but I could probably pull up a folding chair next to my desk. We'll make it work, somehow. But we're going to have like 3 different, there'll be 4 total YouTubers at once. We're going to have to live stream. We'll do whatever we do. Maybe start a fire.
Ooh.
Sit around, tell ghost stories.
I'm bringing a bottle of hooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Rich Johnson is just overwhelmed with the manliness of Don Cates.
He's swooning.
He totally is. And then you look at the comment section here. You have 46 comments. And it's like people are like reading this differently. It's kind of reassuring when people kind of can see through the SJW bullshit. A private Facebook group for collectors and speculators. You mean the people most likely to buy a #1 issue, even if they read it online, even one by Cates? This guy goes, not to mention only a preview got leaked. It's not like the whole book went out. And Red Radio says Cates is causing way too much of a commotion for someone whose writing is so mediocre. 7 likes on that. And then he had to cry. He did this thing too, just delete your comment and rewrite it. Honestly, you don't have to correct it. It makes you look stupid. I loved Cates' writing like a year ago, but recently when he took on more projects, his writing really did become mediocre. Yeah, he's been extra whiny all week. He had his little Twitter rant earlier this week, and after reminding him that I wouldn't pirate his books, nor would I buy any of them either, and thanks for saving me money, I didn't spend on them anymore. The brave man blocked me. All right. So, I mean, basically all these, I've never heard of this guy before he started whining, and having heard him, we'll go back to my willful ignorance of him. I don't see what the hubbub is about. I routinely ignore everything he writes. How did I miss all the Bleeding Cool articles about his hair and his wedding? Rich Johnson is actually writing articles about this guy's wedding and his hair and everything. What is going on here? What exactly is going on with Donnie Cates?
Did you like Zach's video about him not being punk rock?
Yeah.
He threw a lot of fucking jabs at you.
Who did? Zach did?
Yeah, well, I mean, just joking around. Very, very funny. He's like, this guy colors his hair and thinks he's punk rock, but that middle-aged guy with dad bod and no hair, that guy's punk rock.
I did hear that, and Zach actually underscored it. He's like, he's got no hair. Like, yeah, Zach, I'm going bald. What do you want from me? You act like it's a strange phenomenon. I can't help it. I'm 45 years old. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to lose my hair.
You're gonna go to fucking easy cut. You might as well shave your head.
Well, then I'd be punk rock,
Antonio looks great with bald head. Black guys look great when they shave their head.
Oh no, Cecil's hitting on me. That's not good.
I would look like Tor Johnson if I shaved my head. There's no fucking.
I'm like Rich Johnson hitting on Donnie Cates.
I'm loving Donnie Cates. Now, Donnie Cates, I guess, is hanging out with Tim Doyle. All the like Zach said, Donnie Cates was normal not too long ago.
And he seem, like a year ago. I was like, oh, he's not robot blocking everybody like all these weirdos. Like, okay.
I don't like. I don't know. Like, I don't know anything. I've never read anything of Donnie's at all. Ever. And Donnie Cates, all of a sudden hates me. And you know what it is?
No, he hates Comicsgate. Like he's been, he's Tim Doyle's buddy. I mean,
yeah, but it's not. You know what it is though? Remember Preston Poulter?
Yeah, member berries. Yes.
Okay, so Preston Poulter famously now earned his bones by harassing me, wanting to work with me, wanting to get on my show to promote his comic, and I ignored him. I just didn't, I didn't pay attention to him. And now Preston has turned his life into a crusade against me and Comicsgate, which makes sense. I mean, it's perfectly normal. Look at this. Here's me in 2016. I swear to God, I got to get better fast. DC Comics has an amazing troupe of artists. I want to fit in, work harder. This is me being fucking full of shit. But Donnie Cates goes, "Psst, Ethan, come do a book with me instead." Now, as you can see, I did not respond to Donnie Cates because I didn't know who the fuck Donnie Cates was. And I get messages like this all the time. And I go, yeah, all right, I'm going to keep working with Venditti. I'm going to keep drawing Green Lantern. I don't know you. I'm not going to do a book with you. I ignored him.
He might have done Squirrel Girl with you or something. No.
Yeah, I don't, Donnie, I don't know who you are. If it wasn't for you throwing a fit about me, I still wouldn't know who you are. I'm not paying attention to the mainstream. Any number of new people who come in there, the new kids on the block, fucking in sync. I don't know who you are. I'm Elvis. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're in sync. That's the thing. Now Donnie Cates, of course, has kind of hung out with SJWs now and fully become SJW. But this comment is going to haunt him forever because it's like as much as Donnie Cates is saying you're irrelevant. Look.
They all talk about you. They all do. That's what like you said, that whole thing on the Twitter the other day. There was like all these people that after I said something, they swarmed on my Twitter. You go on their timeline, they're all talking about you. That's all they do all day is just sit on Twitter and talk about Ethan Edge guy.
I know. How irrelevant could I be? I wish I was a little more irrelevant. Stop talking about me. And by the way, when you do talk about me, like Cecil said,
yeah, he had his. I think the three other ones, his three previous tweets. One had 200. It was an announcement. The other one had 36 and like 20 something. The one with you had 2,000. It was like, oh, he's so fucking irrelevant.
I mean, why did this happen? Hold on, let me find that tweet by you. It was pretty funny. I didn't even I didn't look that closely at it. I was just like, oh, thanks for sticking up for me, Cecil. And then
I told him to put you as a character in his book so he could sell more books.
That's fucked up too.
Man. Yeah.
And believe me, he probably will. If he hasn't already, he will. I mean, that's yes, Donnie Cates. Ethan Van Sciver is completely irrelevant. That's why the mere mention of his name blows up your Twitter when compared to your other tweets. You would be wise to make him a character in some of your books. It could help move some product. Here's Donnie Cates. Hey, at least I have books people want to read. Wake me up when Ethan is relevant in this industry to earn an opinion. Okay, Donnie Cates. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've got books that are still on the shelves. And when I go and do Cyberfrog, my own IP, it makes almost $1 million. People want to read Venom and Carnage, Silver Surfer. It might be those characters. All right, so 247 retweets of this, 2,200 likes. I was going to say 2.2 thousand. That's right. That works too. In the meantime, when you mentioned me, this happens, and then Cecil. Look, bragging about Venom, Absolute Carnage, 200 likes, 6 retweets. This is him talking about his own work. Hey, I'm going to be doing an appearance over in Austin. Fucking knock me over with a feather. 36 likes, 3 retweets. There are many in my profession that would be horrified if this is true. I can only speak for myself, and I'm an idiot. Not sure if you realize this, but you're quickly becoming the voice of this generation of writers. Yes, and that's not a good thing. 55 likes on that one. So when he's talking about himself, his work, or responding to anything like that, we're talking under sub 100 likes engagement. But talking about me, I don't know, gets attention. What do you think of that, Cecil?
Well, I was afraid to go toe to toe with a professional writer, so I was wondering what his response would be. He blocked me immediately.
Yes.
He's a wordsmith.
Well, there you go.
He's saving his words, Cecil. Yeah. He's saving his words for Carnage,
You're irrelevant.
You're irrelevant to the comic book industry.
You were the most relevant thing he's tweeted in months.
Yeah. It'd be nice to be a little less relevant. I like being popular. I do. I like being talked about a little bit, but it's enough already. It's a little bit too much. It's a little bit overboard. I got people obsessing about me. I mean, really obsessing, like talking about me in ways that I'm just like, it's unhealthy. Like, I don't even think about myself that much, and I think about myself a lot.
Well, people think like that you mastermind shit. That's the part where I'm like, no, he doesn't.
I know I'm dumb. Like I don't mastermind anything.
When he came in and was saying, "I hope we make 50,000 on this book," you weren't lying. You didn't know. Like they're like, he knew he was going to come in and make him like. No, he's been rolling with the punches. He's like, and I don't know. Zach has done a good thing. He's just fucking stopped tweeting, stopped live streaming, and he stepped out of it. And you're more active. You're more, more participation from you in the audience. So
yeah, I don't know. Like I think about here's the thing. Everybody kind of commends Zach for stepping away from Twitter.
No, I don't. I think he really should at least live stream once a week.
Yeah, I miss his live streams.
I don't Twitter. I understand because it's a time waster, and if you want to cut it out of your life, that's fine. I understand, but I feel like he should live stream. He should be more interactive with his audience.
Yeah, I just remember the scrolling down. I remember Zach just doing live streams from his phone and just being like, "Okay, here's where I see your messages, and here's where I see your super chats."
He reads every single message. His live stream he didn't realize you could skip over messages. He would just go for hours reading every single message.
Yeah, and it was fun. Well, I mean, then I remember him sending me a message and being like, "I made $300 in super chats today, Ethan." So excited about that. I'm like, "Yeah, your audience is fucking growing. It's crazy." He just doesn't do that anymore. I think he should. I think what it is that Zach doesn't know how to deal with his stalkers. And I mean, over time, like when you first start to get kind of internet infamous, your stalkers are fucking, they're scary. I mean, I didn't know how to deal with being attacked by SJWs every day either. I had no idea how to deal with them. But over time you learn. One thing that you don't want to do, in my opinion, is run away. One thing you don't want to do is retreat or ever show that you're afraid or, anything like that. Just meet them head on. Zach had some really fucking awful stalkers though.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, really bad. I'm just mentally ill. And I
could have taken them for him because I could care less.
I know that's the thing. I'm like, send them my way. Like I bat around mine like a puppy and a ball of string, a kitten and a ball of string. There's no stalker that I have that really bothers me right now. And I have quite a few, but they don't really bother me. Zach had some that kind of affected his life, I think, in a lot of ways.
Well, because he works for companies and they were trying to. I work for no one, so good luck getting me fired, you assholes.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
If you find out my address, you're just harassing the shit out of my sister.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I work for me and I approve of all my actions, so, it's good. Once you're not actually responsible for your employer, once you don't have anything like that and you're self-employed, you're unstoppable. I mean, the best thing that SJWs ever did was cancel culture me. It freed me up to fight. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do that. But
even when I work, I'm going to start working in the Caribbean soon. So even then, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, what? There's a comic book guy that, like, I could give a shit. No one's going to give a fuck. Yeah.
So I was thinking about this, like, let me read some super chats. So we're getting some big ones coming in. Thank you guys for super chats. It's like,
it's the holidays.
It's the holiday. I know. Thank you. I appreciate this. It's nice of you. Let's see here. All right. Cancel Jeremy says, cut your pie budget in half for a month and you could get an original Donkey Kong machine, or just pimp out Cecil for a couple of months. Damn. Cecil, you could only bring in, like, how much is a Donkey Kong machine? $1,500.
They got those.
Make more money. You'll make more money a quarter at a time with the Donkey Kong machine.
Pork Leaker says nipples. Thank you, Pork Leaker. Lloyd Aloha says, EVS, thanks for my Cyberfrog replacement copy. Oh, you got it. Good. John Maciel says, plug Nerdrotics GoFundMe, please. I don't even know what Nerdrotics GoFundMe is.
Gary's got a GoFundMe for what?
What is he okay?
I didn't know about that.
Hold on now.
I know he had a GoFundMe for the guy that was suing those Star Trek people that ripped his game off or whatever, but that was a while ago. I didn't know if that was the only one I remember. I watch his channel sometimes.
Shop. Oh, it's a shop. Is that what this is? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll show you because people ask. Let me see here. I'm not quite sure. We're gonna find out what this is together here. I like Gary. He's a good guy. Shop Nerdrotic Comics, vintage toys and merch. He's looking for he's got a $30,000 goal. He's raised $1,250. This has always been the plan here at Nerdrotic to start a new online and eventual brick and mortar comics and vintage toy shop and Nerdrotic merchandise to keep my channel on YouTube without relying so much on ad money. It's
AD.
Yeah, not ADD. That's what I have. Let's see. Unfortunately, with the changes coming with Kappa and YouTube, it's forced me to open the shop sooner. The shop will sell older comics. You know what? I think people might be overreacting a little bit to Kappa, but I think people are overreacting to everything.
Do you have ADD?
No.
Because I got 2 Adderalls in front of me. That's something. I'll bring them for you tomorrow if you want.
No, I don't need them. I don't have ADD at all. In fact, no, I focus on
my desk for like 4 weeks. My friend was like, "Here, take this." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
My, you know,
I am. People give me drugs and they sit and they rot on my desk.
Yeah, Adderall. Was it Adderall? What's the other? Is there another pill that you can take?
Ritalin.
Ritalin. Yeah. My ex-wife's mother is a nurse, and she was just like, I'll bet you could get more work done if you were on Ritalin. And I was like, the fuck? And she's just like, I can write you a prescription. I was like, I don't need Ritalin. She's like, but I can write you a prescription and you'll be amazed at how you can focus. And I was like, what? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I had a bottle of Ritalin and I took one. I didn't recognize that it did anything for me, but I've been thinking about that ever since. Like that's kind of fucked up.
I'll bring these for you.
No, don't. I won't use them.
1, 2 from me to you. Okay.
No. But bring those mushrooms.
I didn't get mushrooms.
Ever since I saw whatchamacallit, a day in what's that?
Oh, leaving Las Vegas.
No, the Hollywood movie now.
I have it. I bought it on Amazon. I haven't watched it yet. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, for some reason that left my brain.
Are they on shrooms in that?
At the end, acid. He smokes an LSD laced cigarette so that you can cope with the Mansons.
Acid is that's too harsh a starting point. I love acid, but first of all, I talk a big game, but the last time I did any drugs was November of last year. I did mushrooms in the woods with my friends. Before that was probably 3 years.
I don't do any drugs, but
heroin?
No
heroin users here.
Okay. No, dude.
No, I never fucked with it.
Yeah, heroin's rough. Man. But, people with heroin problems.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can.
No, Cecil, I'm kidding. They're children in the child. We don't no drugs. Your uncle Ethan does not use drugs, but he drinks an awful lot. Around the holiday season.
This is a festive, celebrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, the Indians took shrooms.
Iwazu says Ethan is ironically a bad influence on Cecil.
Yes.
Yeah. People are saying, "Shut up, Cecil." Oh wow.
Why are you talking?
Well, I know you're not saying anything wrong, but who knows?
I'm
All
not
right,
right either.
So anyway, this is what you're talking about. Nerdrotic wants to open a store. I would say this, yeah, I guess donate money so he can open a store. But like, why don't? Is he selling anything? I mean, I don't know. It seems like sell something and you'll make more money to open a store. That is my opinion. Make a Nerdrotic trading card or something at least. I'll help you with that. All right. So let me see. Back to these super chats. Let's see. Alien Xenomorph says you lied about Mandalorian 4. It's not woke. Unsub. I'm getting a lot of grief about this.
I did a car video review. I know what you're saying, but because they just start with a little crack and then it goes full flat.
That's what people don't
you're
understand.
nervous. But I felt like of all the woke, where they have like 100-pound Angelina Jolie knocking over Army Rangers like the tomato cans.
This was Xena Warrior Princess.
She's a beefy chick. I think she's cute. I'd love to bang her, but she's a beefy big chick. She's actually got a bigger frame than me. Like, at least if they're gonna have him in a standstill fight with a woman, it was like a big strong woman. So
okay, all right. Let me hit you with a couple of things here.
But I know what you're saying. They're opening the door. It's that
Xena Warrior Princess, which is what this was,
right?
Wasn't necessarily woke, but it kind of it was like a predecessor to it. Now, all I'm basically saying is that that episode, there are a couple of things, and it's not just it wasn't just her. It wasn't just what's her name? Can't remember the character's name now, but it wasn't just her that was the issue. There were a couple of things. First of all, directed by Ron Howard's daughter, who has no previous director's experience.
Yeah, but she's a legacy. He did Solo.
So, this is the thing. I mean, that's kind of like a little odd, a little bit kind of typical.
You got to start somewhere.
Hollywood, like Lucasfilm's incestuous in that way. Just letting like the children. It's
so are the Skywalkers.
Oh, that's true. I didn't look at it that way. You just shut down my argument. The second thing is there was that one moment where it's like, can anyone here use a gun? And the men all stand around like Monty Python characters, with thumbs up their asses. And then the widow steps forward. I can. No, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe she's used a gun before, and she knows how to work a gun. These are clearly like, supposed to be very simple farm people. And it's like inexplicably they tag up a bunch of pots and pans for as targets.
They should have had one of the men like put his thumb in it and with the gun facing towards his head and blow his own head off.
Look down the barrel. Yeah, but see, they came so close to doing that. The men are standing around shooting their own dicks off, and it's like, this one woman is like ping, 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 ping. It's like, wait a second, like, how did she learn how to do that? What's up with that? I can't remember. Did they ever explain like why are you a crack shot with a gun and you're in a farm planet where there are no weapons and you're fighting with sharpened sticks? I don't understand. Because she's awesome. But it's all, the men are dummies and she's just rad. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that it's, I'm not saying that this episode was completely woke. And this is actually, I'm saying it's a crack. It's a crack in the facade. And I'm saying that.
I know I conceded that point. I said it doesn't take much. Once there's a finger hold, they'll that's it.
Yeah. So
wait, Antonio, did you laugh when I said finger hold?
Hey, I can never.
So immature, Antonio. How dare you?
It amused me.
So all I'm saying is this. And by the way, I took a beating. My comment section for that video is like, fuck you, Ethan. You just hate women. And I'm going through the comments. I'm like, oh God, guys.
It's the other way for me because I said it's not that bad, but everybody went after me saying, you're fucking blind. So
yeah, you're blind, right? Here's the thing. It could be. Look, it might be a false alarm. I hope I'm wrong, but we've been down this road so many times now, and all it is, hey, let's reel you in with a bunch of stuff that you like, gentlemen, and then we take your back hole. With a ton of SJW feminist shit. And you're already in here, so you're getting our message. You're hearing what we have to say. Then we destroy what it is that you love. So I'm just saying, don't be so confident. And when you see stuff like this, call it out. I mean, I think it's okay to be. I think it's okay to have doubt and be extremely suspicious of these people because they've done this over and over and over again. So if I'm wrong, then that'll be fine. I will say that this bounty hunter one, what was her name? God damn it, what was her name? Character's name?
Gina Carrera.
Let's just say Gina Carano. Gina Carano's coming back for the last 2 episodes.
Asia Carrera.
One of which is directed by what's his name? Wakiti?
Takahiti, but whatever. Yeah,
he's directing one, and then what's her name? Just be wary, guys. I'm just saying, be wary. And you can hate me all you want. You can say, Ethan, how dare you? It's because you hate women.
I like Gina. I think she's cute. I for a big broad, I would like to.
I like her too. I think she's a Republican. I think she's one of us.
I don't care about politics.
I do. I like that about her. It may, look, it's, that's fine. But
I just need to know if she wants it from the left or the right. All I need to know.
I'm just saying, watch out, guys. That's all. And if I'm wrong, I will happily admit it. I'll say, "Oh my God, thank God I was wrong. What a fucking idiot I am."
Now, if her clit is longer than 4 inches, is there a problem? Is that a problem for anybody?
Yeah.
It kind of distracted me when I watched the China movie. When the China with
what are you guys talking about? The China movie.
That was China the wrestler.
Yeah, Joni Lauer. Yeah, she had the.
There is a reaction that women have to taking steroids.
Oh yeah.
Where what happened? So
they grow a penis. Basically.
Yeah, she started it looked like she was growing a penis. It was kind of strange.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to know any more about that. I've got enough awful stuff in my head. I don't need to know anything more about that.
Me and Antonio on the same stream. What the fuck you think's gonna happen?
I know.
We definitely shouldn't talk about her body painted as She-Hulk. Then that when she did the sequel where she was a superhero, that was great. Yeah.
She was in the Avengers. Yeah.
That
China,
was
the wrestler China. She was in Surreal Life.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. She's a big girl. That's a big woman there.
Well, she's been dead for 4 years now.
Yeah, she died.
Yeah. I couldn't save her.
That's sad. Lloyd Aloha said,
you just said that and it was sounding so cold. You were like, that's sad.
It is sad.
It is sad. I liked China. She was fun.
It was just the way it came off. The delivery was hilarious.
Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. China nude leaks. Google if you want to vomit, says Pork Leaker. I don't.
I'm doing it right.
I don't want to see that one. Look, she's lovely. I don't want to see her naked. I just don't.
She had one of the top selling Playboy issues of all time.
She was in Playboy?
Yeah, and I bought that one too.
I bought the Debbie Gibson one.
Debbie Gibson was naked?
It was either Debbie Gibson or Tiffany. I think it was Debbie Gibson, though.
Tiffany. Had to be Tiffany.
Yeah. No. I think it was Debbie Gibson.
No. I would put money on. I can pay you if I'm wrong, but you can.
I mean, there's some things that it's like you just go, okay.
No, Debbie Gibson's
was it
not
Tiffany?
Playboy.
Right.
It had to be Tiffany.
It was Tiffany. Okay. Tiffany. Yeah, you're curious. Oh, well, look, no, they're saying Gibson. Both of them did. It was Tiffany. She was a mall rat. Same person, Soyber Frog says. Two-Tone T-Bone says both were, and I trust him. He's Two-Tone T-Bone.
I like that name. was
Yeah,
talking about.
I don't think I'm as interested in Tiffany as I was in Debbie Gibson. I was really interested in Debbie Gibson when I was a teenager. Like, not her music, but I was like, she's my type.
No,
That's my
like
kind of
Debbie
girl.
Gibson's music better. Wanted to bang Tiffany.
Uh,
That's where I was.
yeah, I just did. I can't even, like, if you said picture Tiffany, I couldn't really do it. I don't even know what she looks like. I can't remember.
I remember when she posed in Playboy.
When I was a teenager, I liked what's her name? Ariana Grande.
What?
That's not possible. When you were a teenager, Ariana Grande was.
I don't even know who Tiffany and Debbie Gibson are.
Yeah, I thought you were
don't
gonna say
lie.
like Samantha Fox or something like that. Samantha Fox. I thought this was
As a person in their mid-20s, I don't even know who these people are.
Samantha Fox is one of the biggest disappointments of my life because Samantha Fox probably follows shortly up after Linda Carter, as you know, one of those things that hits you as a child, and you go, "I think I'm into women. Women are beautiful." I was like 5 years old, saw Linda Carter.
I have a topless photo of her, and I have no idea why, because I always grab photos for live streams. I'm always drunk and I don't remember. But I have a perfect picture of her naked on one of my folders on my desktop, and she had a great body, Samantha Fox.
Oh yeah,
she's very big on top, which I appreciate, but it doesn't matter. She's a lesbian, and that really like destroyed my world. And then now I look back because she's like, I want to have some fun all night long, and I'm like, yeah, girl, get it. And then like, no, she's getting other girls, and that, you know.
Ted Lehman said Cecil was into Annette Funicello when he was a teenager.
Me too. Me too. I saw Back to the Beach, and I was like, yeah. All right, look. Enough of this. Tom
Let's
Ford.
get back to Donnie Cates.
No. Fuck Donnie Cates. I think we're done talking about him. I honestly, I don't have much
He's
to
not
say.
Interesting. He's fucking. I can't remember. I know he writes Venom, but I didn't read it. What was the great thing he did? Venom, was that it?
Oh, he was on. Wasn't it Cosmic Ghost Rider too? I thought.
I heard that was good. I didn't read that either.
Yeah. A lot of people told me that was good.
Did you read it?
No. It had pretty pictures though.
I know. I've heard it was good though. I mean, he's. I think they're overextending him, but I think he's a pretty good writer, and I'm saying that just based off of not reading any of his shit.
Well, it's kind of making me kind of think he seems like he's kind of like Scott Snyder now, where it's like Scott hadn't had a big hit in a little while now. I mean, the metal thing went okay, but there hasn't been like a Quarter Owls thing from Scott Snyder in a good while. But the Justice League run I thought was going to be big, and it seems like people are like, it's okay.
So sometimes being consistently okay is good enough, especially in today's market. But someone said Silver Surfer Black is good.
Oh yeah, I forgot because he was doing the whole thing with the Thanos. He did the funeral, Thanos' funeral, and the whole
yeah.
No, so he's got talent, but I'm that's going off other people. I honestly can't recall anything that I've read of his, but I'm not going to diss his talent.
Well, every time I say Donnie Cates is a dickhead, people say, yeah, but he's so talented. You don't know how talented he is because you haven't read him. And I'm like, I don't know.
He's a talented dickhead.
Yeah, sure.
I think Mark Waid has some great, amazing storyline. I mean, he's a talented guy. He's a total fucking asshole, but I mean, what am I going to pretend that he didn't write good stuff? Of course he did.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, all that shit was good.
Mark Waid's stuff sucks now, dude. Mark Waid had a moment in the '90s, but Mark Waid.
And I was buying all that shit. That shit was like cocaine to me. It was like Impulse, Flash was good. Kingdom Come. You know, it was like all that shit was great. And then the Captain America.
I was only 4 at the time, but I remember religiously going to and buying.
Yeah. Cecil, you stop acting like you're a teenager. You're like
Dick Clark.
Yeah, well, perpetual teenager.
America's oldest
Yeah, when he had that stroke, the eternal youth seemed to leave his body at that point. It was
By the way, I've been stroke free since 2003.
Yeah, what teenager doesn't have a stroke every now and then?
Yeah. See, that was funny.
All right, thank you. That was for Antonio. That was my tribute to Antonio.
That was fucking genius, brother. I loved it.
Wink. Pork Leaker, thank you for sending me a picture of a pear looking shy. I appreciate that. $2. Well Hung and Dung says, just got here. I was busy fighting terrorists with a narwhal tusk. What's happening?
Wow.
Nothing, but thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Terrorists with a narwhal tusk. That's like a unicorn horn.
Yeah.
You know. Juan Franco says, Ethan, do you reply to all your Twitter DMs? No, I don't. Not all of them. Some of them, some of them go straight into another folder. Do you guys have this too? Like people sending you messages that go in because you didn't follow them. They go into a different folder. Yeah, it's just impossible. They pile. There are like hundreds of them in there.
Wait, I didn't even know that existed. You mean people could be DMing me that I don't know about?
Yeah, I have to actually look for them now because some of these people they fall on the wayside and stuff.
Oh my God, no, I don't know what the fuck you do. You do it, Ethan. I mean, you must have so many people. I'm like, a fraction of your, and I get overwhelmed by people like DMing me.
But you know what pisses me off though? When I find my DMs, there are people going, "Hey Antonio, can you send this to Ethan and ask him to look at my book?" It's that shit. That's all I get.
I'm sorry, Antonio.
So I just don't pass those. But it's like, hey, do you think you can ask John to plug my project? And I was like, no.
Yeah, I have a lot of that. I gotta say I'm a little gun shy about it because I have people like maybe once I'll do it. Like if you say, hey, retweet my project and I don't really know you. But like lately after like Preston Poulter, you know what I mean? I'm a little gun shy about it. I don't want to fucking, help people that I don't know. It's like we haven't talked. I'm just not so sure about it anymore. I feel like it's better just to ignore people like that right now. And they're all going to immediately turn on you and start making videos about how you're Hitler. You might as well never help them to begin with.
I have a list of people I have to do a video for. Mike Murphy, Brian Christgau.
I like those guys.
I want to do Kelsey and Mitch, George Gastus.
Oh, George Peter Gastus.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's somebody, but I'm like these like past few weeks have been so fucking. I fucked up for Mike, but Mike's on the next on the list. But I'm trying to do what John was doing, and I'm just awful at it.
It's too much, and there's some books that just like command attention. Like when I saw Merry Boys, Carl didn't ask to be on my show, not even once. But it's like you see that book and you're like, okay, I have to promote Merry Boys because it's just really, really, really good.
You talked to him for the first time on my channel.
Yeah, I met him on your show. I showed up on your show and was like, what is this? What's Antonio doing? And you discovered Carl first, I guess. I'd never seen him before. And
he was promoting on Twitter, and you know how it is. Like a lot of times, the war campaign guys, if they see a good book, they'll start tweeting it, stuff like that. And I checked it out, and then I was like, hey, I like the art. And a lot of times, if I think an artist is cool, I'll follow their art. It's like I'll just follow him, and then when I followed him, he sent me a DM, and he was like, hey, can I come on? And I was like, yeah, your book looks cool. And next day I know you were in the chat, and it was crazy. So
that's how you do it. I mean, you just have to network like that a little bit, and eventually. Let's see. Hail Ethan from the distant land of South Philly, says Pete Callan.
South Philly.
That's not that's right over the bridge, man.
Yeah, come on over. I'll be at Mount Laurel.
Let's go. Let's hang out.
Party in my room. There's a pull-out couch too.
Literature Devil says, hey, Uncle E, Dr. Alpha closes in 3 hours on Indiegogo. Damn it, Literature Devil. You want to come in here?
Yeah, let's pump it.
Yeah, can you send him I'll send him the link. Let me see here. I love Literature Devil, man. I find him so entertaining. Adam Friended I invited in. He says can't join at the moment. All right. So Literature Devil probably can. Let's see. I miss Adam Friended.
What is Adam doing that he can't come in? I want to know.
I don't know. He's been painting lately.
He's on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, he's in Los Angeles, but he is working on a book. I know that.
I'm working on a book too, and I barely work on it. You've seen it; it's garbage. Wait, you saw the first 5 pages, but no dialogue on it.
It's so good, man. Your book is so good right now. It looks amazing. People are gonna love it.
Ethan, you saw the first 5 pages of my new project as well.
Oh, yeah, you got a new project, Antonio?
It's
how is that new? That wasn't that Brand?
That was that what you saw was Brand Way of the Gun.
Oh.
Book 1 that's why we're shutting book 1 down on Monday, but so we can get the final print count and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's Kanan's drawing book 2 now. Yeah.
Okay. Kanan is awesome. Hold on a second. Why won't Kanan draw some Cyberfrog for me? Oh, because he's working on.
We could slip that in.
Yeah, I've got Andrew Huerta, who has just agreed to do something now. I'll tell you guys this. So I've got 2 Cyberfrog books being made that are going to be not drawn by me. That are going to be kind of extras. The first one is going to have. Let me let literature.
Now, are you going to tell people that it was drawn by you?
Yes, I'm going to lie like Doug Tenaple did, and until people directly confront me about it. Hi, Lit Dev. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. I have to say. I had some really good success on the campaign, and it worked out pretty well. It's just closing in about 2 hours, I believe, now.
Oh, it's awesome. All right, hold on. Let me just put your campaign up, and then we'll get back to Cyberfrog. This is Dr. Alpha Miracle Child graphic novel. Holy shit, dude! You're at $31,165.
I've been pushing pretty hard.
Congratulations! 2 hours left to go, everyone. Now's your chance to back Dr. Alpha Miracle Child by the great Literature Devil, who is one of my favorite YouTubers, and I'm looking forward to reading your book. Hey, quick elevator pitch. What's your book about?
Well, Dr. Alpha Miracle Child is basically just it plays with the standard superhero cliche, and then it really takes a quick Tron turn, you could say, into tragic human drama, and basically like a look into the satirical underlinings of what usually is a 2-dimensional tropey supervillain, which is like the mad scientist. We're gonna go a little deeper on that character trope. And basically, I'm playing with superhero tropes. We're going to go a little bit deeper. Dr. Alpha is kind of like a Tyler Durden, Joker-esque sort of character. He has a wide variety of stories you can build with him. He can go from nuking something to back all the way down to turning rivers into Jello or something, what the Joker used to do on the Adam West TV show.
Yeah.
So it's a wide variety of things you can do. So it's going to be superhero story, but going into the same essences of The Killing Joke or Frank Miller's Sin City. And right now I'm working on a story that's going to be coming out on Christmas Day. Just a backer exclusive story called Lady Midnight: The Jolly Goodbye, which is heavily inspired by Sin City and noir and altogether. And the digital version will be sent out to all backers via email, or hopefully on Christmas Day. It's around 10 pages or so.
Nice.
And that's why that way people have a little something to enjoy while the rest of the book comes out.
I will say this about you. I'm really pleased with how you kind of put this together, because you did it by yourself. I don't think that you spent too much time on my channel or anybody else's channel promoting the book. You come on here and you're entertaining and you're fun. But on your own channel, you talk about Dr. Alpha at the beginning of all of your videos and your live streams. You let people know about it. You've got an enormous platform already. What's your sub count?
I think it's around 83,000.9.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got a lot of people, and you were able to raise $31,165, which is not bad for your first project, and as a new creator as well. Fucking A, man. Congrats.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think this was like a victory for us nobodies. Nobodies like me. Just having just getting something funded, getting something out there. And so someone without an established name, I think this is pretty good.
We've got some breaking news here from Cecil, by the way. Cecil, is this true?
No.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, I was Googling. I saw it pop up in the chat. I was like, holy shit, is that for real? And I was checking it, and it was like, nah, nothing's popping up. I was like, okay.
God damn you, Cecil. I mean, he said Screech from Saved by the Bell was stabbed in a bar fight and he's dead. And I completely believe that.
No, because he was arrested 2 years ago for stabbing someone in a bar fight.
I remember when he kicked that guy's ass. That guy was fucking with him and didn't know he knew like martial arts and shit. He's like, you just got your ass kicked by Screech. And just like, yeah, he beating motherfuckers up and shit. I was like,
people never learn. I mean,
When people want to know the power of celebrity, I always use Dustin Diamond as my example. Like in 2015, there was a sex video of him, that was out. It was a bride and her bridesmaid double teaming him on her wedding day before the wedding because they recognized him. I'm like, you want to know what the power of celebrity is? A woman cheated on her husband on her wedding day with her bridesmaid with Screech.
Well, to be fair, how many chances are you going to get to fuck Screech?
Probably.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, like,
this is beneath the great literature double, by the way.
Yeah.
He's outraged. Dr. Alpha Miracle Child. Guys, could you pump the link in the chat, please? Thank you guys for doing that. Margaret Miracle, all of you wrenches. Let people know. Go over there and buy a copy. Beta class, that's your featured tier. What do they get for the featured tier?
The featured tier, beta. I used to be alpha class, and that came with a T-shirt and everything. But I think it might have been too expensive for most people. It seemed like. But so I changed it to beta class, which is more affordable. Plus, you get all the good stuff. You get all the core good stuff. You get a signed copy. You get a Dr. Alpha nuclear poster, and you get a digital copy. And I also have because all good supervillains have a plan B always up their sleeve. Because it's my first comic, I fully acknowledge that there's a chance I might be late. I've made a schedule of my artists so that we won't be. But something always happens. I don't know what kind of. This is my first project on this, so I have a dirty little trick, and that if we are late, I have very prepared content that will be released for every month that we are late. So I've done a bunch of one-page comics that will actually expand the universe of Dr. Alpha. And my first one I'm going to release on the next update. And I kind of collaborated with the creator of Doc Salem, and we did like a collaboration with Dr. Alpha and Doc Salem, and that'll be the first one I release in an update, so it'll be public. But the rest of them will be just backer exclusive. So my dirty trick is I'm going to make you excited. I'm going to make you pray that I'm late, so I release these things. But hopefully I won't have to.
That sounds like a good trick for me to use next time, honestly. Dr. Alpha Miracle Child, the graphic novel by the incredible literature double. It's only up there for another 2 hours, guys. So go ahead and throw some support its way. Back a copy, get a copy now. And literature double, what do you think of GamerGate?
I used to follow it sort of on and off because I myself am not much of a gamer. I play games every once in a while, but I just don't. I'm not in the culture. Comicsgate is more of my flavor because it's about writing and creating stories. But I did follow it. It followed the the dumpster fire that followed it and how it launched this whole. It kind of woke up the nation, more or less, to this woke culture nonsense.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was the predecessor. Well, I think it was the first real big fight, the first real big push against cancel culture and social justice warriors invading and destroying some beloved hobby. Everybody always compares Comicsgate to Gamergate. I don't think there's much in common. And the reason why is because the comic book industry isn't the video game industry. Like, they were fighting an unstoppable juggernaut. Yeah. Video games are bigger than Hollywood. That's what I'm told. I don't play fucking video games, but I do go to the movies. Right?
It's really difficult to make your own video. Like, you couldn't really do what Comicsgate could do. It was like make your own video games because you need pretty much whole studios and groups of people to make a decent video game. I mean, it takes more teamwork than a writer, maybe a writer, an artist, maybe a letterer, and you could do that. And you could make a comic pretty much in your basement. But video games, it's a lot harder, especially if you want to sell it I mean, you can make it by yourself, but usually you need a lot larger group, and it's a lot harder to step into that field as an independent than it would be to make a comic or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people can't do it, and again, the video game industry isn't faltering. So it's like GamerGate really had its work cut out for it. The best that it could really hope to do is just expose and shame some of these malefactors, and they did. I mean, they made these people infamous. What is it? Brianna Wu, Anita Sarkeesian. Who's the other bitch that?
Zoe Quinn. I think it was Zoe Quinn.
Yeah.
I think Brianna Wu was Brianna Wu the one that was complaining about snipers?
Yeah, I think Brianna Wu was saying there's a red light on my forehead when I leave my apartment. And Brianna Wu actually, she ran for office and she had a plan. This is how weird social justice warriors are. Brianna Wu is actually a trans woman.
What about the chick that just killed somebody who works at DC?
That's Zoe Quinn. Yeah, Zoe. We'll talk about like all these horrible people. They had a really good rogues gallery, GamerGate did.
Yeah.
But Brianna Wu was like, okay, I have this idea. She was running for like some kind of state government office. And she was just like, if we dropped rocks from the moon
remember that
on our enemies, it would have a lot more powerful destruction than a nuclear weapon.
And she died on this hill. This is something she really enthusiastically defended.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. I mean, it's insane. First of all, this is the thing. It's like, okay, SJWs have no idea about national defense or anything like that. They simultaneously decry, the destructive ability of nuclear weapons, and yet they've got some crazy idea for something that would be even worse than nuclear weapons. Like they're looking for something that could destroy everything, destroy most of the planet. If you get hey, let's drop rocks from the moon on Earth. It's more destructive. It's more devastating than nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are fine.
Brianna Wu ain't nothing to fuck with.
I'm telling you, it's so weird. Like that. Does that dichotomy not freak you out, Cecil? Where it's just like, hey, we want peace and love, but here's an idea that's, even though it's crazy, it's more fucking chaotic and murderous than nuclear weapons. I mean, it's just like, anyway.
The scary thing is that she didn't actually get last place. She got enough votes where she actually beat somebody, but she didn't win, but she beat other candidates.
Yeah,
in that race,
better than Sargon of Akkad did, who also ran for office.
Okay, I'll say poor Sargon.
Yeah, this Sargon stuff was I'll never ever Sargon. First of all, don't ever run for office.
Can I ask about her voice? Are you from the United States?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
I like your voice. You remind me of that guy who did the Riri Williams, but he was from England, I think.
My favorite thing about LitDev is his laugh. But LitDev, the first video I watched from Literature Devil was him making fun of Mike S. Miller, and I can't even remember what it was, but at one point you were laughing at his new campaign. And you busted out into this evil laugh that was just, I had to share it. I showed other people. I said, this laugh says it all. It's so funny. That I became a big fan of Literature Devil.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah. So Dr. Alpha Miracle Child graphic novel. This is available right now for a very limited time. And if you throw, support it, throw a little love its way. People are backing it now.
My next goal right now is, it already beat its goal, but my next goal right now is to beat Deadbeats.
If I may cut in, I'm not crazy. Executor 420 says, I was thinking the same thing. Fascinating voice. Why you're not on radio? He has a radio voice. He has a great voice. Go ahead, Literature Devil. I didn't mean, but I was.
Yeah, I think LitDev has a little bit of a kind of a put-on voice. It's an actor's voice, but or accent, but it's fun. It's really fun to listen to. $31,365 more backers.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. There's his normal voice. His normal accent comes out. It's a persona, guys. The internet, allows you to have personas. And I think that's, that is the thing. All right. And by the way, Eric has a radio face.
Yeah, I saw the same one at the same time.
I don't know why people are cracking on Cecil tonight. Nobody's picking on Antonio.
Nobody picks on Antonio. Everybody loves Antonio.
No, everybody doesn't love Antonio. That's not true.
I love Antonio.
Cecil, I mean, Antonio gets humble, and people love him even more for that. You know, I mean, that's kind of the thing. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the subject tonight. FBI records. The vault is open on GamerGate, and it is pretty funny. I have to say, like, I was going through it. I'm sure there are going to be other people who go through it a lot more. But for all of the, like, you know, allegations of harassment. These people actually, you know, Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian and Brianna Wu, probably especially, complained to the FBI that they were being stalked by people with sniper rifles, that people were throwing moon rocks at them, that there was all kinds of harassment, but nothing was ever revealed. Like, I've made a complaint to the FBI about numerous times about the harassment I've received. That stuff is all available now. It's been opened up. So, you know, Medicare, some of these other guys are going through it, and it is pretty funny. Let me see here.
I was going to do all my heavy breathing and sound effects, and then I remember one of those three women have a penis, so I'm confused about it. So I didn't want to.
Which one?
That's what I'm saying. So I was like,
I want to find out.
It's like, yeah.
Describe in your own words how you have been victimized. Okay. I am not. And by the way, some of this is redacted, so we don't know what they're talking about, but it is pretty funny. Like, this is somebody calling the FBI, and the FBI has to take the report. And I have to tell you, you know, people say, well, yeah, but, you know, how do we know there are UFOs and the government knows about it? Because the FBI has tons of files about FBI reports, and they're just sitting on it. The FBI's job is to take your statement, no matter how loop-de-loo it is. They have to do it. So these files... this is just what people are saying. This is what people like Brianna Wu were actually reporting to the FBI. I am not a victim, but people in this movement have been victims of being doxxed. Now I would like to ask you for information regarding the hashtag Gamergate. Has there been any threats, hoaxes, or provocateurs? If so, please send me some sort of dossier. This person's requesting information from the FBI about other people being harassed in terms of Gamergate or about Gamergate. Let's see. That knows your talk, how I am a gamer, and know too well of their talk, and I am not violent. This is like a word for word transcription of what they wrote to them, to the FBI. God, they digitally signed a disclaimer about this. Cecil, what do you think about this? Is this similar to Comicsgate? Is this kind of, or did Gamergate, you think, get weirder?
I was just thinking, like, the tragedy that I bet Brianna Wu's clit is longer than my cock. And that's not fair. Oh, the world isn't fair.
Describe in your own words how you have been victimized. This individual, whom I only know on Twitter, this is somebody reporting on behalf of someone else. Oh, no. Oh, wait. This individual, whom I only know on Twitter, has been harassing me online for several months now. First, he was sending me insulting messages, dong memes, probably, which then escalated to sending me names and pictures of my family members. Then he began to spam text messages to my cell phone and an email address. He sent me over 300 texts in a short time frame saying the same thing.
All right, that's a relationship at that point. Shit.
Yeah. These are all FBI reports. These are the FBI files. Some of the sites I have linked to are horrible. I'm sorry. The 8chan links show things that I can't believe are okay online. They're reporting 4chan and 8chan to the FBI. God, Gamergate was really fucking... What would you say? Can you think of an adjective?
Fun.
Not as fun as Comicsgate, I would assume.
Yeah, Comicsgate is... Comicsgate's a little less crazy than this.
Yeah, because they were fucking with big business. These people are just fucking with comics.
I mean, comics, American comics anyway. It's only like with the DC and Marvel, and then maybe you have things like Image, and they're all infected already. They're all dying and infected. So everyone is turning away to something new. They want something new and fresh, and Gamergate didn't have that. Didn't have that advantage. You had some companies that maybe have gone woke, but there's a bunch of other companies and independents and all kinds of smaller that are very willing to pump out games that aren't woke. So they didn't have the advantage of everyone in the big industry being woke already?
Fraudulent fast food orders are being reported to
the
FBI.
Fraudulent fast food orders. So that was definitely reported by an SJW. It's all about food to them. That's the only thing they know. That's why it's write what you know. And then if you notice that every comic book that they write, it's all about food. It's all about taking selfies with food. It's all about eating pizza. I mean, it's all about superheroes eating food because that's all they really know how to write. Because that's all they really
I don't
know.
know why these people are so obsessed with food items.
It's really scary. It's really.
By the way,
kind of
everybody
disturbing.
tells them to go fuck themselves does great, and no one follows. It's like only that 1 out of 100 people that fuck, like Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr are the ones who are like, go fuck yourself. Now name the 2 hottest comics in the world. Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. It's the people who say go fuck yourselves that do amazing, and no one wants to follow suit. Everybody's still afraid.
They don't want to be canceled. To me, Dave Chappelle came off as a normie who just discovered cancel culture. Bill Burr came out as a guy. Came out to me as a guy. It seems as a guy who's been in the trenches for a long time.
Yeah,
he's been down on the internet a lot. He just came off right at the beginning of his show and started off hot. And he got hotter during the rest of it. Dave Chappelle is more about the kind of like milquetoast, kind of in between, like a normie. But Bill Burr, if you want something really, really revved up against cancel culture, you go with Bill Burr, it seems.
Those are my 2 favorite comics right now. I mean, maybe Chappelle might be of all time. Burr definitely,
because they're actually funny. They're brave enough to be funny, and that's what makes them awesome.
Comedy is truth. If you can't tell the truth, you lose humor. Without truth, there's no humor.
This is the thing. Every one of these reports, by the way, is like they said this and this on 8chan, but mostly it's to call Gamergate a hate group. Look, the users of this website are part of a hate group known as "quote unquote" Gamergate. The discussion can be viewed here. Can you imagine the FBI reading like fucking message boards? But I mean, this is just to get hate group. This was part of their strategy. Is to get Gamergate labeled as a hate group because then Gamergaters, and they tried to do this to Comicsgate too, but we just laughed at them. Then they, you can get your credit cards turned off, all kinds of funding, your Patreon goes down. You can no longer use Kickstarter because you're part of a hate group. And they tried to do this to Gamergate. Fortunately, the FBI ruled that they were not a hate group, but this is all very strategic. Tons of these fake ass messages complaining about pizzas being delivered to your house by the hate group known as Gamergate. Look at this again. There's a lot more going on with this, including blank redacted hate campaign known as Gamergate. And it seems like a lot of hackers, doxers, and e-terrorists, Cecil. E-terrorists.
By the way, a lot of people are yelling at me, Patrice O'Neill. Yes, I love Patrice O'Neill, by the way. But he's dead, but fucking one of the greatest of all time.
He was on Opie and Anthony. That shit was great.
Oh my God, Patrice O'Neill. I have a clip I could play, but I don't want to hit your channel.
Yeah.
But it's the part where he's talking about I don't know, I was wasted one night and I was listening and I started posting his shit on my Twitter. And this was not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. But he said men are very philosophical and thoughtful about complete nonsense. Like that's where we and he's like, suppose what's the thing he said? Like a man will say to another man, would you fuck a girl without a nose? And he said the guy won't laugh at it. The other guy will grab his chin and be like, let me think. And he's like doing the whole thing. He's like, now this is a conversation that 2 men would have if there wasn't some woman around to ruin it. Like it was so funny. Like, and he's just like, and then he compared like how long the guy will debate this question. He's like, now, can I put my hand over the nose? It's like, nah, man, you got to fuck her while you're looking right in the hole. And he's like, it's so funny. Like, he's like, this is the way guys will talk. He's like, we're super thoughtful and philosophical about nonsense. That way, but it was such a brilliant fucking like I don't know, 2 minutes, but it was great.
All right, this is all nonsense. There's a lot of like references to child pornography. There's a lot of references to just food being delivered, a lot of threats, a lot of e-terrorists and stuff. Imagine the FBI had its time wasted like this by SJWs. I refuse to compare Comicsgate to Gamergate only because it never got this crazy. It just never got this insane. We couldn't allow it to. The comic book industry is a dying animal. I mean, it's just on its way out. It's easy for us to kind of kick it over and say,
Well, to put it into perspective, video games makes more money than everything put together, meaning movies, sports. You can include football, basketball, baseball, and movies combined. All sports and movies and television combined does not make as much money as video games.
It's a giant industry.
It's the biggest media moneymaker of all time. Not only does it beat everything, it beats everything combined.
Yeah, it's craziness. Look at this, by the way. I received a threatening letter at my house. It said blank diversity. It was in the blank.
That's a lie.
What do you think goes in that blank? They redacted it. Blank diversity.
I love diversity.
I love diversity. More diversity. And then here's another blank here. I love diversity. Diversity is our strength. Could have gone down here.
I think the bottom one said this is MAGA country.
Country. God, these people are horrible. So there are going to be a lot of videos going over this. And I wish I knew, I think the people who were actually involved in Gamergate are going to really enjoy going over this file. I recommend watching their videos.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to know the names and the people who actually, get fit into the blanks here. Like, who did this?
These NPCs and SJWs are funny people. I mean, they're so single-minded that even when they try to go undercover and try to act like the people they hate, they become caricatures of these people. So if they think they're going into this far right racist group, if they think Gamergate is far right racist group and they want to go undercover as one of these people, they will walk into a chat room and start being actually racist and like praising Hitler and all that stuff, because they think that's what they legitimately think about these people, and they try to sneak in and blend in that way, and they're easily outed because they're just way too insane.
Well, that's why, the one thing that I say on my channel for the mods to do is if you see somebody acting like that, those people can be deleted, their messages can be deleted. I want those people blocked because I don't think they're real in any case. I'm pretty sure they're SJWs trying to hurt the channel. We don't see too much of that anymore. I really think the Comicsgate is kind of settling down. We've won. I'm pretty sure we've won at this point. But back in the day, 2017 and 2018, God, especially 2018 was goddamn weird. All of it was weird. These lunatics were acting up, and they were trying to destroy lives. They were trying to take down every way that we could find to support ourselves. They were trying to label us a hate group. They were trying to get us arrested. You weren't around, Lit Dev.
I was watching from the sidelines at the moment. I only just started posting videos, I think, in the latter half of 2018.
Yeah,
but I was watching from the sidelines on Twitter.
I got dragged into it. I didn't even mean to be a part of Comicsgate. I got dragged into it. It was craziness. $31,425, 510 backers with 1 hour left. Dr. Alpha Miracle Child, please spam that link in the chat. I'd appreciate it.
I'm trying to get to 34,000 because then I can say I beat Deadbeats. I think Deadbeats got like 33,800, something like that.
Yeah, everybody needs to beat Deadbeats.
Yeah.
And do it yourself. I mean, those people, Lit Dev, even if you don't, it took 42 creators with pedigrees at Marvel and DC. It's like to get to where they got. It's shameful. Those people are just shameful. A lot of people are saying, what's going to happen when these comic book pros come out and do their own, create their own, crowdfunded thing? I don't think much. I don't think much is going to happen for them. I think that, their books are readily available in the mainstream. And when they do their own, IPs, they're so heartless cash grab attempts for a Netflix deal.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's
there's no way I can ever, even if I wanted to, sell Dr. Alpha to Netflix because he's a redhead. You know what they do to redheads these days?
Well,
yeah.
there you go.
Redheads. Oh, they just replace them. I don't know why they want to get rid of all redheaded people. For those in the chat who don't know, lately, in the past 5 years, every single redheaded character has been replaced with a person of color. I think that's fair to say. Except for I was going to say Little Orphan Annie. No, they did that too.
They did that too.
They did. That was Blanny. Yes.
They even did that to they even did that to Rorschach. Rorschach was a redhead.
Is Rorschach black now?
In Jeff Johns did that in the new Doomsday Clock. Yeah, your man.
They're trying to take them all out. They're trying to take them all out.
Happy Days movie where Richie Cunningham is played by Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
I think the only redhead we have left is Archie, and I'm positive
he's going down.
Yeah,
he's going down pretty soon.
I mean, the Human Torch. You know, Johnny Storm was Johnny Storm black blonde or redhead?
They changed him. They changed him. And one of the probably the worst Fantastic Four movie ever made. He happened to be black in that one.
Yeah. It's weird. Somebody made a whole meme about it, and it really is alarming when you see all of it. Like the Little Mermaid, a redhead, she's going to be black.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they do this? Why is it only redheads?
You know, these people are all hypocrites. These SJWs are all hypocrites. So they always talk about diversity. You know,
that's what it is. There's only a few people we're allowed to hate in society. Redheads.
Redheads are. They're more apparently they're more likely to. They're very likely to go run off to join terrorist groups or something.
What, the IRA?
No, like ISIS.
Redheads?
Yeah, redheads. I have no idea why.
Are redheads mostly Irish? So is that what it is? I mean, you know, people have been racist against the Irish for 200 years. Is it possible that that's what this is? Like Latin?
There are Mexican redheads. Canales, the boxer, he's a redhead.
He is?
Yeah, great fucking fighter.
Oh, I thought you meant Abayard Canales.
No.
he actually does do mixed martial arts and stuff. That's what I had him on the other day, and he was saying he like teaches some people and stuff.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Kicking ass out there.
And one thing about these people, the SJWs, they always go on about diversity and everything. But you know, it's always, can we have black Superman or black James Bond? It's never, can we have Hispanic Superman? Can we have Hispanic James Bond? It's only, you know, Hispanics, I guess they only care about Hispanics when it's time for voting time. And then we kind of are forgotten every other day of the year.
Yeah, you're Hispanic. You're Hispanic like that, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I do notice that. I mean, are black people like the second biggest population in the United States?
No,
it's like 12%.
12%.
Yeah.
Well, what's the second biggest population in the United States? Is it Latinos then?
Yeah, Latino.
I believe so.
Then why wouldn't they be making more Latino characters?
I don't know. That's my question. It's never, can we have a Latino Batman or a Latino Superman or a Hispanic James Bond? They never ask these questions.
Well, we need Bruce Wan.
Yeah, Bruce Wan. Can we get a Bruce Wan out here? I mean, if they want to be consistent, right?
I always thought if they were going to redo Peter Parker, he's a smart kid in Queens. He'd have to be Korean, and it would be Peter Park.
Peter Park.
Yeah, it would have to be a Korean kid. I know I go to Queens all the time. I'm in Brooklyn right now, but Queens is such a heavy Korean, and I was like, if they redid it, actual like a science school in Queens, it would be a Korean kid.
I would like to do Korean. More Korean superheroes would be good, but clearly more Latino superheroes is what's called for right now. If that's the second biggest population.
Yeah, because they go by population percentage. So they're saying that you know, if your population takes up so much percentage, then that much percentage must be represented in Hollywood movies, apparently. So
God, it's so weird. It's so weird that we've come to this weird thing. What a weird thing we're doing right now to each other in this country, in the world.
I feel like I'm not represented on the. I mean, other than Nathan Lane, who else is representing me right now?
I
Who
think you're overrepresented.
who is representing the fat, effeminate weirdo population?
Well, Charles Nelson
Will
Riley.
Wheaton? Will Wheaton?
No, not Will Wheaton. He's not fat. He's just he's a weenie.
Oh yeah, fat. Forgot about that.
He's a little soy boy. Like Cecil is not a soy boy. Cecil is. I watched Dom DeLuise.
Don DeLuise.
Yeah, like the Dom DeLuise character is who Cecil. Cecil's been overrepresented in Hollywood. To be honest, there are a lot of Cecil characters. Dom DeLuise, Charles Nelson Riley, who
Privilege.
lots of you.
That reminds me though. I have to give props though because of this whole thing where they should be pumping out more Latino stuff in Spanish. I should give props to the Mandalorian because the Mandalorian is apparently played by Pedro Pascal, the guy who he plays Agent Whiskey and the Kingsman. He plays the Viper in Game of Thrones, Agent Pena in Narcos. He's apparently the Mandalorian.
I love how you got real ethnic when you started pronouncing all the names and everything. That's awesome.
Sorry.
These people.
Are you an island? Are you an island Hispanic or a Mexican Hispanic?
Mexican Hispanic.
I think, stop it. I like the literature double voice.
I like
with it.
Everybody. I'm from New York, so everybody's Puerto Rican here. You're you're just Southern Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Southern Puerto Rican. That's it.
I think it's like everyone's Mexican. I think that's the
it depends on where you live in the United States. It depends. Depending on where you are in the United States, everyone's Mexican or everyone's can be Puerto Rican.
Unless you're in Florida.
What's that movie where it's like what that? But that's a kind of Mexican, right? Oh, was that Clueless? Or it's like Cuban.
They said a lot of low key racist shit in Clueless. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Mexican is only a nationality, says Club X13. Yeah, it's not a race. Mexican is not a race. It's but it should be. I like just saying Mexican. It's a great word. $31,460 right now. 511 backers with 1 hour left for Doc Alpha, Miracle Child by the Great Literature Devil. Who, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do subscribe to Literature Devil right now. I mean, he's creating. People say they don't like drama. What? I think people just don't like drama coming from me. People love Comicsgate drama. They'll sit there. They'll go to your channel and watch your drama videos. When Cecil does a drama video, it's great.
I did a drama video last week that did fantastic where I was talking about young Doug Tenaple.
Young Doug Tenaple.
Yeah. And what did you say? Sum it up.
I forget what I was saying. Oh, anybody who criticizes him is branded anti-Christian. It was like, so you're the fucking Christ figure in your own fuck. I don't know. And people really, it was like if you badmouth him, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, he's anti-Christian. People like that's fucking a little fucking self-centered. Like, if you're against Doug, you're against Jesus.
Yeah, like I like that. That's a pretty good kind of stance to be able to take. To just be like, Christ is on my side. Therefore, if you're against me, you're against Jesus. God, how do I get some of that? I got to get some of that. Like, that's the ultimate clout.
Baby Yoda. If you're against me, you're against the Baby Yoda.
There you go.
By the way, everybody wants that butt fuck Bill ash can.
Who's gonna make butt fuck Bill?
I think I might have to make it an ash can tier.
Literature Devil. We were talking about we're talking about BFFs. I can't remember how this came up. It's just like Mike and Edwin are BFFs or something like that, and I was like, yeah, you know what BFFs stand for. Well,
I think everybody does, except for apparently for Doug Tenaple.
It stands for Best Friends Forever. So
Best Friends Forever.
No, it stands for BFers.
What effers? Doug Tenaple takes that and he makes a whole video where that's what they were saying. They were saying that they're BFers, but effers. So
how out of touch with the common human being is Doug Tenaple?
Do we call Bigfoot Bill? Bigfoot is BF. Do we call it Butt F Bill or do we call it Butt Fuck Bill? Butt Effer Bill or Butt what would you call the zine, Cecil? To make sure that people understand the point.
Oh, it's got to be The Adventures of Dirtworm Doug and Buttfuck Bill.
I guess it all depends on whether or not you're citing the name on a YouTube video or not.
By the way, I really hammered out the plot to this thing. If you want to hear it,
it has a plot.
This is going to be an ash can, maybe 5 pages tops, 3 to 5 pages, but it will be a dog taking a shit in the park and passing a tapeworm, and it's dying in the dirt. And the earthworms take it into its village where he just starts sowing discontent and discord. and he starts destroying the earthworm society. The earthworms go on a suicide mission to return the tapeworm to a dog's anus. But I have a little twist. Because you know how this whole thing where guys are suntanning their assholes now, this whole craze that's been going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about or no?
I've seen the picture. People yeah.
So what will happen is they're looking for a dog, but what they find is a guy named Bill with his head, like legs over his head. And they return the tapeworm up his ass, and that's Buttfuck Bill, who becomes possessed with the spirit.
The spirit of Christmas.
Now Cecil pitched this to me to draw. I don't think I want to draw that. But we do need an artist who'd be willing to draw that for Cecil. I have a feeling it would actually sell.
This will be a tier. There'll only be a limited run. There will be no overprints on this.
Oh my God. Chris Stanley, thanks for 99 cents. He sends me poop. Chris Stanley's mad at me, I can tell. He's in the chat. He's like, this isn't funny, Ethan. Stop it. Dr. Alpha Miracle Child graphic novel, $31,460. Back this comic book before
this ass can.
Oh wow, that was a call now.
An ass can. Oh my God, no. All right, let me read some more super chats. Let's get caught up here. Let's see. Wow, a lot. Thank you guys for sending super chats. Appreciate you all. And I'll read them all. Rot 10 Glory says, EVS, the Trebuchet dream has become reality. First ever Trebuchet field test has been posted on my channel featuring Roundhead himself. Show if you want. Rot 10 Glory, send me the link. Brian Kriskow says, my comic got pirated the day after I released it. And I just thought, cool, more eyes on my book. Yeah, the piracy thing is weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I feel like if people are going to pirate it rather than buy it, then fuck those people. But I don't think that's what happens. I think everybody thinks that their own work is the center of the universe. I think there are these piracy sites that kids just kind of skim. And then it looks like there are a lot of missing sales on your book. I don't think there are. I think people are just...
I think it's not like movies or music, although music will lend you to buy the whole album. But comics is a different animal. It's about collections. It's about collectability. If you might start reading somebody's shit that you never would have bought, and then you will start collecting them in the physical realm.
Yeah,
it might actually lend to sales.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run, that's actually been proven that a lot of piracy has taken place in video games and comics, and then the information says that once the products are out there, once they've been pirated, it actually increased sales in the long run because people have gotten these games and gotten these comics, and they say, "Well, this is incredible. I want the next one." Of course, it doesn't happen with everyone. Some people just want everything for free, but there's some people out there who just want to. They're not really ready to purchase. Like they want to have a metaphorical taste, so to speak. And then once they had that taste, they said, "Well, this is delicious. I want more." And they go buy themselves their own copy.
Yeah. Delicious. Let's see here. Tamara says Cecil's armpits look like pussies. What? How would he know that?
Because I have a Twitter account called Cecil's armpits look like pussies.
Oh. Historian for $2 says, "You've lost the Star Wars audience. Caesar of nothing." That was because I criticized Mandalorian episode 4. People are mad at me for it, and everyone who said that it was kind of like, it looks like SJWism here is coming in. The audience is rebelling. Everyone's hopeful. It's hard. It's like we got 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, and I understand. Like, I'm the same way.
Mandalorian's gonna be a girl for sure. I keep watching
don't.
The Walk. I keep watching The Walk, and there's something about The Walk.
Yeah.
Well, I did a stream on this earlier, and I was talking about the Mandalorian and how it might be SJW. I tried to alleviate some fears. Well, it's not necessarily certain that it is going to be SJW. It's not necessarily uncertain. It could go either way. It seems that we might be at a crossroads. And this is me looking at the tropes that I've heard about in the episode without actually having seen the episode. And the whole woman beating up the Mandalorian coming into a draw thing. It's actually a common trope these days. It's not necessarily woke anymore to have that specific trope. So it's just actually been going on for many, many years. When you have a male version of a character like the male bounty hunter, for example, like in Mandalorian, and then if he walks into a room with a female version, the woman is going to beat him up. It's basically the Worf effect. They have the Worf get beaten up to prove how strong the new person is.
Right.
Kind of like that. But it's the woke version even back then, where the woman beats up the man. She beats up the man no matter what's going on. It's just,
dear God, Zero Depressive just sent you
$100. Yeah, thank you. Zero Depressive says, "Thanks for all the giggles this morning, guys. Literature Devil, I love your videos, but I'm a little reluctant to back the comic. Can you assure me this is not a cash grab situation?"
This guy's throwing $100 at you and he's afraid to buy the comic.
Well, it's $100. It's 100 RON. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it amounts to about $20. I'm very grateful for it.
How dare you?
No, I'm
No, he should send 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. How are you going to print it? Do you have plan?
I'm planning to go with a Mixum printer, and it's going to be around 80 to 100 pages. The main story is going to be 80 to 100 pages. I'm actually going to release a cover for the last story as a kind of, I guess, so you get to see that we're actually working on it. The last story that you can unlock is at 100K, which I'm not really sure if we're going to make that one, but I'm going to release that one soon. I'm going to release a 1-page comic and the next update also, and we're going to give some more announcements on Lady Midnight, The Jolly Goodbye, which will be made available to all backers of this specific campaign by Christmas Day, the digital version anyway, as long as I have the email address. And like I said, it's going to be 180 to 100 pages. I'm not really sure what else to say. I have the script, and I have actually have live readings on my channel if you want to check those out right now. Live readings of 2 stories that I wrote that take place in the Dr. Alpha universe. It's starring the first main character I made for this universe. Dr. Alpha is actually the second main character I wrote for this universe. And the third one the third live reading is 2 Punisher stories I wrote for another website some years ago. And if you want to check those out and see how the skill is, you can. Planning to do Mixum. Still shopping around for fulfillment services to help, because they kind of help cut down on the shipping. And I've coordinated my artists so that we can get everything done. And the best thing to do to thank you for, I know it does take trust. I know it takes a lot. It's a big ask. So Lady Midnight, The Jolly Goodbye is going to be made available to all backers, hopefully by Christmas Day. And it's going to only be available for this particular printing. So if there's going to be a second printing of Dr. Alpha Miracle Child, it will not have Lady Midnight, The Jolly Goodbye. It's just the people who decide to back at this specific campaign.
Beautiful. Yeah, look, here's the thing about fulfilling these campaigns. It's going to happen because people kind of want to do it again. And I think that, the more successful you are with your first campaign, probably the second one will be even better. So, Literature Devil is going to fulfill, and the comic's getting drawn. So, Dirt Rock Road, thanks for $20. Said looking forward to Cyberfrog. Are the chromiums with Ashcan tiers shipping together? Yes, this week everything's shipping out. We've got the Ashcans. We've got all the product finished now. If you ordered an Ashcan tier, you are going to receive a package probably by Friday for most that's when people are going to start getting their packages. They should be here Friday. Chromiums, ash cans, everything will all be together in one package, and I'm looking forward to a bunch of new people reading Cyberfrog. It's gonna be great. Oh, and the ash can. Oh my god, I don't know how I made 20 pages read. Like it takes 20 minutes to read it. It's great. I'm excited about it. Antonio, I think you'll like it too.
Am I going to get an
I
ash?
definitely got one. So.
Well, Cecil, you know what? You're getting your ash can tomorrow, so you can be. I was gonna let Anna review it first, but you should beat her to the punch. You should review it first.
Oh,
all right.
Because you're gonna actually have it in your hands tomorrow. You know. Doppler Radar says, "Why does everyone in your streams always blow you?"
Ask your mom.
Who, me?
John Whalen says, "Hey, fat boy, will you be going to the Toys R Us New Jersey opening?" Well,
I thought Toys R Us was over. What?
Toys R Us is reopening. They got like an investor, and they're going to be reopening limited locations. And I guess there's going to be a fake zombie Toys R Us in New Jersey somewhere. I don't know where it is, but somebody said it's far away from Ethan. It might be in North Jersey in Secaucus or something. Let me look at it and see, and I might go.
You can make that.
Well, I can make a video out of going to Toys R Us. It's only
gonna have roast Tito.
Tomorrow I'll be driving through Mount Laurel.
Yeah, maybe Mount Laurel's beautiful, dude. You're gonna love it here. You're gonna probably want to move here, Cecil, when you come to beautiful Marlton, Mount Laurel, South Jersey. You'll love it. You will love it here. CC says, "Hail EVS, Cyberfrog Blood Honey arrived safe in New Jersey. Unreal, next level. We'll cherish it always. Keep it coming. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and Cecil and Antonio."
Oh,
well hello. Right, thank you.
And Literature Devil, but this was written before Literature Devil got here.
I don't think so. I think it was purposely.
Do you think they deliberately left Literature Devil? I don't think so.
They are anti-Mexican.
Build the wall, baby. All right.
Jag said, "Saw you got flack from Mando episode 4. People love Gina." No kidding. I'm getting my ass kicked for it. All right. Here's the thing about it.
I like her thick thighs and big ass and big tits and
she's beautiful.
Choke me. And
I don't like that part though. I do without the big arms, but she looks great. Hey, look, I've been wrong before. I mean,
when? I don't believe you.
I said Comicsgate isn't going to happen. It's not going to be a thing. I said that like 3 years ago. So I could be wrong about this, but I'm telling you guys, I don't trust Star Wars. I know that I haven't made that clear. I know that seems like a shocking surprise, and you guys will probably see that as some kind of breach of loyalty, but I don't trust Lucasfilm. I don't trust Disney. I don't trust their handling of Star Wars.
Jon Favreau.
I love Jon Favreau. So
I'm 100% that Mandalorian is going to be a chick.
Are you really? I mean, I thought that at first.
I think they've reserved the right to change their mind. And I think that they may, depending on which way the wind blows.
So they did the Game of Thrones and they shot like 2 or 3 different endings
I've seen her. I've seen the Mandalorian walk a few times, and I'm like, that's a girl, and that's a different person in the suit there. And
yeah, there's a little bit of that going on. But here's the thing. I mean, distrusting Disney is always a safe bet. So when I say Mando episode 4 struck me as a little bit soy, and even though you guys love Gina Carano, I think I like her too. And her character made sense. It just still seems like that episode still seemed like the beginning. All right. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong because I really want to like Mandalorian. I think I've been pretty clear that I feel possessive over it and I want it to be ours. But I'm not going to get fucked over by these people. I mean, they have power over Star Wars. And these people are, they think our wishes and the things that we like, they think actually catering to us is some kind of sin. So I'm expecting Mandalorian to break my heart, and I'm ready for it. You guys,
I think if we fawn over Gina too much, they'll make Gina a guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, she
yeah,
just
yeah.
said she
Like
feels like a guy.
if I do a video entitled "I would put Gina's tit in a chokehold," I believe they'll give her a cock by the end of the season. But
Rated R Hugo says, poor Ethan. He cannot enjoy anything. No, I can't. That's what SJWs have done. They've ruined everything in the world. It's terrible. But yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm still kind of I'm hopeful for the Mandalorian, but that episode 4, I was like I got a twitch in my eye over it. Now I'm gonna get beaten up for it, but watch when I'm proven right. You guys will say we should have listened to you. We should have listened to you. I'm sniffing the air and going, I don't know. Smells like a trap, guys. Smells like a trap.
She just
I don't know.
needs to
The
take a shower.
Mandalorian the Mandalorian lost. He was embarrassed in the first couple of movies. He had a bunch of Jawas take apart his ship. He got to the top of the crawler, was paralyzed, and then fell to however tall that thing is down to the ground. He was defeated and embarrassed. They cannot do that to a woman. It's against the code of wokeness to do that to a female character.
That's fair.
do it to a woman if you think it's a man at the time.
That's
But then if they reveal it's a woman, then it's going to be retrospect. It's going to be oh, you did it. You did this to a female character. Anita Sarkeesian is going to be up in arms with howitzers going after Mandalorian.
Howitzers. Yeah, I agree. By the way, somebody shoved that scene down my throat because I said, look, this guy, the Mandalorian, beat the shit out of 10 stormtroopers. Now he can't take on Gina Carano, and somebody said, well, first of all, she got the drop on him. Fair enough. Second of all, Jawas kicked his ass 2 episodes ago, and I went, oh yeah, okay. This guy does get his ass kicked.
I'm just happy it wasn't, fucking Kerry Russell or Angelina Jolie. At least they had a beefy chick with thick thighs that could crack my head like a coconut if I wanted to.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, yeah, but she could kick your ass, Ethan. I'm like, yes, that's true. She's an MMA fighter champion, and she's huge. And I'm just a fat 45-year-old in New Jersey, but I'm not a Mandalorian.
MAM is just 1 A away from ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Mandalorian.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see what happens.
I think you have to keep in mind too that this Mandalorian that we're following is not it's not Boba Fett. It's not like he's not like this old veteran who's had years and years under his belt. He's not John Wick. He's not the Clint Eastwood's man with no name. He's a greenhorn, according to the show. He's a greenhorn. He doesn't have a signature yet or a signet.
That's true. Yeah, he doesn't have his symbol, and he's like, yeah, and he gets his ass kicked. But that's why this show is taking off. It's the anti-Rey, where everything falls her way. Basically, this guy has to fight for every fucking inch he gets, and he gets his ass kicked by.
How many inches does he have, Cecil?
What's that?
How many inches does he have?
I don't know if he's really well hung, according to my math. 4 inches.
I'm still thinking we're gonna do the female reveal at the end, so he'll have the China thing. So,
I mean, the Mandalorian could still be hung. Modern days says you don't have to have a man. You don't have to be a man necessarily to be well hung.
How was Screech doing, Cecil?
Dead. He's still dead, according to my.
No. I mean, in the penile. Because like you would think that somebody like that, like probably Screech, has like 14 inches. You know what I mean? Like it's just unfortunate.
I don't remember being like, Jesus Christ, Screech.
God's irony.
Yeah, no. I don't remember being like, holy shit, Screech has got, I saw it, but it was okay. It was not embarrassing, but it was not worth. Here's who's worth mentioning. Chris Brown's naked photos came out. And that was like,
how are you having all this shit and I don't have it?
What's going on, man? I know. How do you have nudes of Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Chris Brown's cock is enormous.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I would say Screech had like a normal or, not worth mentioning as bad because everybody wants to shit on Screech. So it was okay. Like he has a good cock. Chris Brown, I remember seeing like a photo of him and I was like, holy shit, how do you walk with that thing?
Yeah.
It's like my Twitter timeline.
All right.
People
Yeah.
understand how I walk with this thing. Nobody questions. They're like, oh, he walks fine. Could light jog or even sprint.
I'm just like an inch short of a vagina at this point. It's not very good.
Let's see.
Running.
The Zaid comic says, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you liked my pie video, EBS. I sent you and Cecil a short story of Magic Cop. Did you get it? Hail chat.
I did, and I read it, and I enjoyed it.
I didn't get it. Where was I supposed to get it? In my email or? You know?
No, I know. I physically got it.
Oh, you mailed it to me. Oh, I'll check it out. S4P says Gina Carano could easily beat up Pedro Pascal in real life. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I believe I could beat up Gina Carano in real life. I have no muscle tone, and I would wheeze after the third step on any stairway.
Yeah. But you would beat her up. How? How would you beat her? You're not that big of a guy.
I'm a man and she's a woman.
I mean, there's some truth to that, but I don't know. Gina Carano is a big lady. Could you beat up China?
Yes.
That we were talking about? You could?
In her current state,
I would put her in a camel clutch.
Oh,
I like that.
Let's see. Pork Leaker says this was my least favorite finger holding episode. What does finger holding mean?
I don't know.
It sounds dirty. Talking Pulp says, thanks for $10. He says, I went to the lobby for more beer. Cashier says, we can't sell that after midnight. So I say, I'll tip you a 20 for a 6-pack. She said, damn, baby, I'll suck yo dick for another 10. I love Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
That's Atlanta.
Wait, you get a 6-pack and a blowjob for $30 in Atlanta?
I guess that's a bargain, you know. Global Cop.
Great, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Global Cop. I'm passing floppy top in my time, so you never know.
Global Cop says Mandalorian sucks, not because SJW, just bad writing and terrible action scenes. Completely disagree. I really like it. I can't deny it.
Can I ask you a question? What would you pay, like as far as pay-per-view, to see a fat, nearly 40-year-old out of shape dude fight a well-toned woman?
What would I pay on pay-per-view?
In a real MMA fight, to see a dude who's just a completely untrained, completely me, basically.
Not you, like Artie Lang, I would pay.
Oh, wow.
No, that's what I mean. No. Artie Lang was an athlete at some point.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, no, he was. He was an athletic guy. He was a baseball player. But I'm just saying, like a regular fatso versus a totally trained woman. What do you think?
I honestly, Cecil, I think she'd beat your ass. Now, I gotta say that. As your friend, I gotta say that.
I would do it. I would do it. If Gina Carano, was her name Carano?
Yeah. If
she wants to fight me, and she's much younger than me and much more trained, I believe, I don't know, 4 or 5% muscle mass with my body.
Yeah.
I still think I can kick the shit out of her.
Well, again, that's, this is the Andy Kaufman thing, where Andy Kaufman was like, I could beat the hell out of any woman.
I have no training. I don't even know how to throw a correct punch, but I feel like I could murder her.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think this woman's different. I think there are a few women that are different. This is not 1980. It's not the Andy Kaufman polling the Saturday Night Live audience of women.
Well, let's do it. Let's blow this up. How many people are watching? We got 1,200 people. I challenge her right now.
Mm-hmm. To
fight. Yeah.
What kind of fight? An actual fight.
Tap out, knockout fight.
Okay. All right. So Gina Carano, if you're listening, Cecil thinks he can beat you up and challenges you to a fight.
I could not run a quarter mile right now without having a heart attack.
Oh, Jesus.
And I still believe I could beat her. And if she wants to fight me, we'll give all the money to charity.
Okay. All right. How much would, I mean, the question is, how much would we pay? And then people in the chat basically said $0 and 0 cents.
They're lying. I would watch this fight if a normal fatso would fight a trained MMA fighter.
Well, I'd say $10. If you paid me $10, I would watch it.
You paid me
$10.
$10.
All right. I'm already making money.
RQ says, I think Anna could beat you.
No, I could beat Anna.
Yeah, I think Anna's little. I think Cecil could beat up Anna.
What do you think about me versus Gina?
I already told you what I thought about you versus Gina.
Yeah, you said I'd lose. I gave you a chance to rectify that mistake.
No, I stand by my claim that I think
I have no fighting skills, meaning she could armbar me or choke me out very quickly, but I feel like I would overpower her even with my very small muscle mass.
I just disagree. I think that, first of all, can you take a hit? And by the way, she has big arms. She has pretty big arms. I don't know what a hit from a woman feels like, unfortunately. I believe it or not. Gone my whole life without getting punched in the face by a woman. I still got some time. But I have to think, can you take a hit? How many times can you get punched in the face?
I finished half a bottle of whiskey while we've been talking. I feel like I had to take a full punch to the forehead from her.
Oh, if you're drunk, yeah.
No, I mean I think I don't knock out easy.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what I mean. Like, I'd be more inclined to to be able to take punches to the face if I'm fucked up. But you know what the thing about being punched in the face is?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think it is.
It's not that bad. I mean, I've been punched in the face before. It's not that bad.
When you get punched, here's the thing. It's so scary. You don't want to get in a fight. It's just like Fight Club says it. You don't want to get in a fight. That's the last thing that you want to do. But once you're in a fight and you get punched in the face, you're like, that wasn't so bad.
It's like nothing. It's like nothing, pretty much.
Yeah, you're like, all right, let's do it then. And then you're punching him too.
As I could take her.
No, I don't know that you could.
I think no. That was really. I felt touched when the both of you just got together and said that.
Cecil, I think odds are, I'd bet on you just because of the odds.
No, I can't kick above my own knee, and I feel like that may be a touch.
Yeah. Bob Salt says it hurts later. Yeah, that's true. Like a day later, you're like, my jaw. He was like,
Gina, I love Gina, and I would love to date her. I feel like I would fight Gina, and this would be the stakes. She could peg me, but I get to make sweet love to her if I win.
What the hell, Cecil? Glam Narc says getting punched by normies is nothing, but from professional fighters or something. I'm not going to argue that. I've never been. Can you imagine being punched by Mike Tyson? Like your whole head would cave in.
Mike Tyson is not Gina Carano.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm conceding his point. Leodara says, I think Cecil wants to get beat up by Gina. I think it's his kink.
I think there's a little bit to that. I would actually love to get knocked out.
Brad Hoover says, if Gina choked me, I would pull my ding dong out. See, that's where we're going with this.
I would not do that.
All right, that's where we're going with this. I didn't realize. Okay, no, I'm very naive. I was like, this is about a fist fight.
No, this is not a sexual thing. I just would love to see what a normal retard like myself, if I may use that.
You may. Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
A regular schmo versus a trained woman, and I think I would destroy her.
I'll say this. I would agree with you that it would be a massacre.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dr. Alpha funding right now. Is it still going? It's still going. It's we picked up another few backers, 517 backers, $31,645. Limited amount of time left. Yeah. So please, guys, support Dr. Alpha Miracle Child before it ends. And let's get this campaign a good closeout. Still live, everyone. KRS says you're not a regular schmo, Cecil.
Thank you.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a compliment. Don't say thank you.
Well,
You
let's not analyze things. That was a compliment.
yeah. Dirt Rock Road. Thanks for $20. Says Rainbow Brute. Yeah.
That's out the window. That went nowhere.
It's not out the window. Here's the thing about it. Like, I'm into Cyberfrog right now, and I can't even think about it. It's just temporary. It's while I'm working on Cyberfrog too. It just means that right now I can't divide my attention. I'm working on Cyberfrog too.
I'll say this: once the world gets wind of cash grab, Ethan will jump on the Cecil train and say, "Yes, we must do Rainbow Brute."
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just I want to do the sequel to Cyberfrog. I want to follow it up. I got a great ending for Cyberfrog 2. It's just killing me. It's so good. I would talk to Antonio about it, hash out because Antonio's a real writer. Hash out some of the beats.
I would very much love to talk Cyberfrog with you.
I love taking shots at Cecil.
You'll see me tomorrow. We could talk. I'm a real writer.
Okay, all right, maybe we will. But I'm Antonio, like me and Antonio talking about
all right, maybe tomorrow we could talk about what you would say to Antonio.
Okay, all right. I'll practice on you for what I'm going to say to Antonio.
Well, you'd be like, Antonio, Hunter's going to take your room for now, but
Hunter's got his own room. Cecil was going to take your room, but Cecil said no. That's the thing. So that room's open. Pork Leaker says Spider-Man's aunt could get it. Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I like Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, so do I.
I think she's my type. I used to think blondes were my type. I'm so wrong, man. I dated one blonde girl in my entire life, and she was great. But I'm really into the dark hair. I'm into the Italian girls.
I dated a blonde girl, and then I got downstairs and found out she tricked me. It was
I see.
Yeah. She had a massive cock.
Yeah.
Turns out redheaded guy.
Yeah.
I've never dated a redhead. I would have liked to because I do like redheaded girls, but I just never had one come my way. I'm in New Jersey though, so honestly, most of New Jerseyans are Italians. So. Zero Depressive says, "Would you be so kind to read my super chat?" Yes, I will. I'll skip ahead here a little bit. Let's see. Zero Depressive says, "Episode 4 of The Mandalorian was just like a solitary episode from Star Trek, in my opinion." Literature Devil, at what point does he take off the helmet in the series?
At what point does the Mandalorian take off his helmet in the series?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
I don't know. How is he taking off his helmet in the series? Maybe I missed it.
No.
Well, he did, but not so that we could see. We saw him take off the helmet to eat, but we didn't see his face.
I make a prediction. I thought the series would end with not the season. Whiskey just went down the wrong pipe.
Oh shit, that's gonna be the worst, man.
That burns, yeah. That burns pretty bad.
Recover.
I thought the season would end with him returning Baby Yoda to where his rightful training, and then he would go back to that woman and her daughter, and I thought that they would do like the Lone Wolf and Cub thing where they kill the wife. I think they're going to have him return to that woman from today's episode. And she will die because people chasing him will kill her. And it'll change from him being chased to him going on vengeance.
Okay, there we go. See, it's not Lone Wolf and Cub yet, as far as I've seen.
So that'll be season 2 then,
yeah. That's what will happen in season 2. Yeah, I think
it has to be a roaring rampage of revenge.
I think that's why they introduced that woman that he did want to give away the Mandalorian life, give away the bounty hunter life, and he'll settle down with her and her daughter. They both get killed by people coming for him, and then he goes out, and now he's on the revenge track.
And I want a sword and ball scene, but like a blaster and ball scene. So he gives the Baby Yoda that choice. Okay, you can take the ball and die, or take the blaster and come with me. I want there to be that one, because then it'd be Lone Wolf and Cub.
It's very Lone Wolf and Cub. It's very but but I said in my video today, I was like all samurai movies and all westerns are basically the same. It's the sword for hire or a gun for hire, and I love it. I mean, I love that whole setup. It's the A-Team. It's great. It's like I like that you could jump in on any episode at some point and kind of follow what's going on.
Now I heard this episode 4 was kind of like the Seven Samurai, but it only takes place over the course of one episode.
It's very much like Seven Samurai.
It's the same plot, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as Three Amigos.
I mean, it's neat, but it's kind of a waste if you're just going to do it in one episode.
Magnificent Seven. No, it's a movie. It's just a very simple kind of, hey, there's a group of people who are being bullied by a gang, and we're kind of retired outlaws or retired bounty hunters or retired whatever, but they want to hire us to stop this gang. So yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get that's the Magnificent Seven. It's Seven Samurai. It's Three Amigos. It's been used a million times, and it always works.
It's always fun to watch. Great plot. Even when you're watching it and you know it's a trope, you're like, I still love watching this shit.
Yeah,
I said that in my stream today that people have pointed out how tropey this show has come off of. I love tropes. I love these tropes. They're because they work.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Literature Devil. I'm like, if it's done well, even if you see the fucking shit coming from a mile away, it's like if you can still add something to make it entertaining, which they did, I think, this week.
And they cut the guy in half with the door in the first episode. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good show. This is going to be a good show.
By the way, guys, that whole thing, the Seven Samurai, for those of you who are thinking about starting your own comic or whatever, hey, use the Seven Samurai outline for a book. It'll work. I mean, that story arc, just replace the bullies, come up with a group of bullies, come up with a group of people being bullied, and then create your heroes that reluctantly get hired in initially just with the promise of money or whatever to come in and stop them, but then gradually start to care about the people they're protecting, and then teach everybody to stand up against them and fucking. I mean, it's just a great plot. Somebody said, "Isn't that High Noon?" I don't think it's High Noon because I think that was the sheriff's job in High Noon. He wasn't being hired. He was, All
right, so I'm going to make my prediction. He does return to that woman, and she ends up getting killed. And at that point, instead of being on the run, he turns around and now he's going to go after Werner Herzog.
Dr. Alpha Miracle Child graphic novels at $31,810 with 521 backers. We've still got a little bit of time left. Go support Dr. Alpha Miracle Child, the work of Literature Devil, and let's get this book. A nice send off. With Devs here tonight talking bullshit Star Wars. Appreciate it too.
If you want to start your own comic, you can do the Seven Samurai, or I think the other. If you don't want to do that one, I would go with the story of Yojimbo.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good one. Yojimbo's crew. In fact, I think they did do a Western with Yojimbo with Clint Eastwood. I think it's like a few dollars more, or
the spaghetti westerns.
Yeah, one of those two. It was one of those for a few dollars more, or
they're really all of those. If you watch all of those movies, it's either a sword for hire or a gun for hire. It's always townspeople being terrorized. Like, kung fu, samurai movies, and westerns are really the same plot over and over. It's a vengeance plot. It's a gun for hire, sword for hire plot. It's pretty crazy the way they're all the same tropes, but they work out. And if you can add something new and add an element or an actor or just something, it works.
Why couldn't they do a Seven Samurai situation with Luke Skywalker for the new trilogy?
That'd be a good way to go out. That'd be a good way for him to go out rather than.
That would have been a fucking great trilogy for him to go out where he's training. That would have been awesome.
That would be a fantastic send-off for a character like Luke Skywalker to spend the first two movies getting to know these people, getting to train these people, and then finally they'll stand off with the mighty Armada.
That's what it was looking like. It was Lit Dev. It's like he's alone on an island. He's a former Jedi. I don't want to get involved. Yeah, but we need you. Here's your lightsaber back. All right, let me look into it. And then you know what I mean. And that would have been so good. God damn it.
You know,
They definitely made some mistakes.
a buddy of mine said that they, when Ray went over there, instead of going, okay, well, I guess Luke Skywalker doesn't want to come with me. Didn't she have Chewbacca with her? Couldn't she have just said, hey, Chewbacca, knock out Luke Skywalker, put him on the ship, and let's get out of here?
I don't know if that's what they want to do. We're gonna knock him out and take him by force.
Knock
If
some
he
sense
doesn't
into
want
Luke
to be a
Skywalker.
hero,
At least have Chewbacca state the case for her.
Luke Skywalker's just being an edgy 13-year-old. He needs a punch to the face. Okay, he needs a punch to the face. Knock some sense into him. Drag him on the ship. Have him really go out like a hero instead of whatever projection stuff they added in there. That was horrible stuff. I'm gonna go with tirade on The Last Jedi because I think The Last Jedi is a sin, is a crime against cinema itself. I think Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy should be dragged in chains to some tribunal to stand trial for this nonsense.
Yeah.
Let's make it a dream.
All right, let's see. The images of China's girthy nub are bad, but what's worse is knowing that Triple H deep-throated that sausage, says Darth Vader 04. But this chat is really getting... Splendopia says 2 hours left to back Cyborg USA on Indiegogo. Cyborg USA! Cyborg... Yeah, he's got a theme song. 6-8... Cecil, did you know that? Or did you get that?
I didn't know it was a theme song.
Yeah, there is. He's got a very 80s cartoon theme song. 6 a.m. Comic says, hey, Antonio, give EVS this super chat for me.
I will.
Thank you. Old Wave says, good show, guys. Cecil, did you see the new ET commercial?
No.
I saw it.
Yeah.
There's an ET movie coming out?
No, it was stupid.
What are they selling? What?
No, it's for
it's State Farm or something. I don't know. It was I thought it was insurance or something. Shit.
It's a phone company. Who knows what?
That's
That's how you know it works.
I was like, okay.
What are they selling? I'm telling you right now. I did a whole video on ET. It was ET making a run for it on his little legs to the spaceship, and they leave without him. And 2 hours later, it's literally the same dudes in the vans chasing him, and this time he decides to fly himself and fucking 8 kids with him to the ship. Say, hey, you could fucking fly this whole time? Why don't you do that first to the movie and save us the heartache? Right?
Yeah.
Wait, it's the same guy. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll fly us all there.
Right.
Why was that was an option? Why would you run on 3-inch legs, you asshole?
All these. Why is Ray firing a blaster at the stormtroopers in the new Star Wars preview?
Everybody with a brain.
So dumb. Everything, the ET thing is they have Elliot. He's all grown up now, and he has kids of his own. One of them who looks amazingly exactly like him, and ET comes back, and ET he's like, "You came back for me."
That's the commercial?
It's the commercial, but then there's more that you can go. They're like, go to our website and you can see the rest of the movie. I don't know what that.
You want to know whose kids don't look anything like him?
Who?
Will Wheaton.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. I think he adopted them. He adopted at least one of them.
I was joking.
Are they black?
But he did adopt one. They look nothing like him. They look really well. They look like they look kind of like SJWs. Kind of like Asian in their ears and colored hair. They actually don't. I've seen them.
You nailed it, Cecil. Let's see. Ford versus Ferrari is very good. Go see it, says Carson Depp. Yeah, Hunter saw it. Hunter's really into cars. He saw it and loved it. Sean Davis says 15 days left to back Pillow Man and Blanket Boy. William Aguilar, thanks for $10, says Literature Devil, congrats on your success. A lot of people in Mahler's Discord would love for you to guest on EFAP. I hope you get invited someday. My dream EFAP would be you with PSA, Sitch, and ER.
I will actually have been invited to EFAP, but we haven't set a date yet.
I haven't been invited at all. I'd be great at EFAP, and Mahler doesn't care about me. I would love to go on that show. Ninolu says, hey, EVS Tug's campaign is ending tomorrow. Hint, hint. Okay, well, everyone should back the Case of the Littlest umbrella. I've been supporting Tug's campaign for quite a while. He did great. He did really well. Bogus Fortune said, Brianna Wu ran for House of Reps, stole the plot device of rocks from the moon from Heinlein's book, Moon is a Harsh Mistress. Interesting. Pork Leaker says, Cecil, let's do some kind of acid and kill JFK.
Okay.
Yeah. I would do that with you, Cecil. I really would, man. It would be a blast. Like if we took acid and then went back in time and we beat up Lee Harvey Oswald, and he'd be like, "Why are you trying to stop me from killing the president?" And then you said, "Because we're going to kill him instead."
Right. And then at the end, he lived because me and you were fighting over the rifle, and then we missed the shot.
That'd be a great alternate history.
And then we go down as heroes for saving the day, but the truth is we were both trying to kill him.
We just missed. Lee Harvey Oswald's just flattened out on the floor. Cecil will be like, "Don't you understand? I beat the shit out of Gina Carano." He'd be like, "Who's Gina Carano?"
I will fuck her up.
Yeah. Let's see. Pork Leaker says Brianna Wu looks like a burn victim. She's got very small teeth. Her mouth is way too small for her head. There's something weird about Brianna Wu's mouth. She's
Brianna Wu head. I heard those two words, and then I'm like, okay.
No. Trust me.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's like it's like a child's mouth on. Let me see if I can find this, because you guys are like, "What the hell are you talking about, Ethan?" I sometimes have to prove what I'm saying to you.
ODB said Wu is for the children.
Oh no, Wu-Tang. Yeah. I love it.
Oh God, she's horrible. She's just a horrifying individual. Fuck Brianna Wu. I honestly
don't know. I don't.
Okay, you don't know what she looks like. All right, let me just show you. I really, there's some people that you just see what they look like, and it bothers you so much. You're just like, oh my God, like look, you know what I mean? Like that bothers me. That face bothers me. Look at, it's like,
I'm not.
You can just see the crazy in the eyes. It just comes out in the eyes really well, especially the glasses. It really comes out in the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses are not helpful.
Problem glasses.
She's got such beautiful high cheekbones.
Cecil, look at the teeth.
You
see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Damn it! All right, I'm not. Sorry. It's just harsh.
I believe it was Eddie Money who said, "I think I'm in love."
But I mean, this is the thing. Gamergate had these enemies. We have enemies. Our Comicsgate's enemies are annoying, but like that's a supervillain. Like Brianna Wu is a supervillain. Anita Sarkeesian's a supervillain. That other one that I can never remember its name, that's writing for DC. Zoe Quinn. I got it this time. I remember now. Zoe Quinn. That's a supervillain. You know, you have fun with them.
Who needs enemies?
Zoe Quinn has a legit body count now. That's a supervillain.
Cecil pointed that out the other day. It was pretty funny.
Mounts.
All right, let's see. Comic Book Bob says, shout out to my Wrestle Council brother Antonio. I watched that show, Antonio. You have a show about wrestling now.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. We kind of stole the High Council model where we rotate between a few channels. And
I would love to be on that show, but you're competing with the Jack show every Thursday.
Well, Cecil, if you want to come on, we will do a special stream for you. we will make it happen.
Come on, I'll do a Samoan drop.
Oh shit! All right, let's work on that, because we're all Cecil fans on the Wrestle Council.
Getting into what is it? EAW? Is that the new one?
It was AEW. Yeah. We've been going hard on that, man.
I'm complete. It's all new to me, but I am enjoying it. I've been watching the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. There's some. I like what they're doing. Some of the talent's a little raw, but I'm digging it. So, yeah.
Sweet Cast says Downcast is almost finished with fulfillment. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you had everything boxed up. Good. See, I mean, that's the thing. He's got his book out. It's fulfilled. You know, people trust in Comicsgate. Chris Durant says, hey, EBS, I had a friend that lost a while back, and I lost my friendship with my friend, and I'm trying really hard to fix it. What should I do? That's a heavy question for me. I had a friend that I lost a while back, and I lost my friendship with my friend, and I'm trying really hard to fix it. What should I do? Well, don't send him videos of a frog being cut up. Like, don't do that, while it's still alive. What do you recommend, Cecil?
Back cash grab.
Antonio, what do you recommend?
The thing about the not sending the mutilated frogs, that would definitely be at the top of my list. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely do that.
What about you, Literature Devil? How would you win back a friend?
Well, I mean, are they worth getting back? I mean, what kind of situation was it that severed the relationship in the first place? I mean, was it something that they shouldn't have done so? Was it, I don't know.
It's always pussy.
Well, we don't have very many details. We assume that the friend is worth getting back because they want them back.
I would say some gesture. So what? I mean, if they were your friend, you probably know something like that would be intimate with them, like something they like, something they really are enjoyed in the past, something that's really close to their heart, and bring that back. Make them remember the good old times. Make them remember the best times you've had together, and then that should be a good way back inside to try to get their friendship back.
Yeah, remembering the good times is what's important. Figure out where you guys did not communicate, and try not to do it again. I guess. Raymond says this is 4LOM. I'm one of those guys who got the 1K Cyberfrog drawing plus comic. I got the drawing, but not the comic. I thought I was supposed to get the comic. Yeah, you're the people who got the original art got your original art mailed out first. You're also getting an ash can, so we're shipping the ash cans. You guys are going to get all your comics, all your ash cans. You're going to get them this week, and I'm going to mail them out personally. Those ones. Danny Grimm says Cecil is just trying to cop a feel. Yeah, Chris Durant says I'll write this to you in an email. Is that all right? Yeah, go ahead. Man in Lunacy said she's 5'8" and 148 pounds. Any healthy, normal-sized man would win. Weight is the biggest indication of who would win in a fight. Hence, weight classes.
Wait, she's 5'8", 148?
Yeah.
I'd pile drive her into the fucking ground. And I can barely lift a bottle of bourbon.
Chris Durant again says I was about over in opinions, and I did something bad, and now I lost my friend. That's all I can say right now. Oh, Chris, I can see that you're in pain. I'm sorry, pal. Jeg says prediction: it's not Lone Wolf and Cub, but Red Sun. Justin Kelly, aka Pokemac, says I've been in printing for 25 years. Ask your printer for the CMYK press plates. Google what comic press plates go for. Impossible to find in perfect condition. Let's see. Raymond says 4LOM again. Remember my Japanese Jedi fan film? Filming in February, editing done by June, putting on YouTube. Will you keep promise to watch it and review on your channel to spread awareness that it's good? If it's good. Yeah, sure. Jeg says Zack Snyder wanted to make a Seven Samurai Star Wars movie. Justice League was supposed to be that, hence its poster. Then Joss Soyboy Whedon ruined it, released the Snyder cut. George Peter Gatsis is here. Hail EVS special offer. Joe King, 120-page graphic novel. Digital is 50% off, only $4.99. Get it from a special link at George Peter Gatsis Twitter. Johnny Dollar says EVS. I had 4 types of pie yesterday to the glory of the Caesar of a pie. Plus the holy baby Yoda child. Thank you, Johnny Dollar, and hail baby Yoda. Praise the precious newborn, glorious, divine infant Yoda.
Atomic Punk says Cecil is brave behind a keyboard. You let her know. If she accepts my offer, I will go. I would happily get knocked out by her. But mostly I'd like to be scissor choked out.
Yeah, she gonna sit on my face. I mean,
but I'll fight her. If I'm allowed to punch her in the face, am I allowed?
Yeah.
I think I could take her.
Umbrella Guy's leaving. See you later, Umbrella Guy. He's getting drunk and making videos. Those are, 2 good things to do. Night James 2 says, Devil, good to see you're getting out of your demonic hole and socializing. You haven't been the same since you fell from heaven. Literature Devil is here with us tonight, kicking some ass. Let me see. Let's get back to your campaign here. Dr. Alpha, Miracle Child graphic novel. What do we have, minutes to go, or is it over? Oh, it's over. It's in demand now.
It's over. It's in demand. Mm-hmm.
$31,845 is where we landed. It's in demand though, so guys, get in there and get a copy of the book, and order the beta class tier, even though it's alpha. It is an alpha tier. Cecil, I don't know about this whole thing about you getting into fights with women. I'm just not sure about it. I don't know if it's the right move for you, my friend.
I think this is it.
don't you get the hut, the comic book hut, and he can go in there.
Oh my
He
god.
could be his manager. He could be his manager.
What's
He's a
comic book
doctor.
hut? What is he up to? Is he still making videos? I haven't seen him in a
He
while.
blocks me so much I don't get to see him anymore. Why? He should
Yeah, I'm
unblock.
blocked too.
All right, let's find out what comic book hut's doing.
Thank you, Zero Depressive. Appreciate it. Appreciate the backing.
I mean, I like comic book hut.
Somebody
but-
pointed out that Floyd Mayweather is 155.8. Now, Floyd Mayweather would literally punch the jaw off of my head, but I feel like I could take Gina.
Oh,
Is that sexist? Does that mean I'm sexist?
yes.
I think Floyd would probably just as a joke break my ribs while I was falling to the ground while I was unconscious.
All right, so let's see. Oh, we got a lot of new videos from the hut here. Of course, making a video about May will get you the most views. So this is his most viewed video, 1.2 thousand views. This is why I just say, you know, it's like going against us doesn't really get you anywhere. Your most popular viewed video is this. All right, secrets revealed and questions asked about Comicsgate. And here's Comic Book Hut trying to do, and this is 530 views. Comic Book Hut tries to review a comic book, he gets 93 views. He tries to support another comic, he gets 79 views. He makes a video about Richard C. Meyer, 405 views. This is all it is. I guess, like, you know, you talk about us and you're going to get some attention, Cecil.
That's why I talk about you all the time.
I appreciate it. Backers should go to the library to read Cyberfrog, says Comic Book Hut. Yeah, that's okay if you go to the library to read it. It's not available at the library. I wish it was. Compare and contrast Black Ops 2 to Cyberfrog Blood Honey. Okay. Hooray. Black Ops got here. Compare and contrast Cyberfrog to Trump Space Force. I'm sensing a theme here, Cecil. Ethan Van Sciver versus Tim Lim Comics, I guess.
Dr. Timothy Lynn is doctor.
Yeah. I'm not getting as many views for him as I used to, though. It's cooling off a little bit.
Everybody, I don't even watch his shit anymore, and I like the Hut.
Why does he do that? Like, you know, it's like, here's the thing. I'll interact with him if he lets me. Like, I'm blocked from his YouTube. If he let me actually comment like Doug TenNapel does, he'd get a lot more attention.
I'm going to guess that I'm going to do a guess because he calls himself the Hut. There was a famous comic book store on Northern Boulevard in Flushing, Queens called Mike's Comic Book Hut.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's from Queens because I know he's a big Met fan. I'm going to guess the Hut is in Flushing, Queens.
What makes you say that?
That he calls himself the Hut because Mike's Comic Book Hut was in Flushing, Queens on Northern Boulevard.
So that's why. Oh, that's interesting.
My guess is the Hut is from Flushing, Queens.
Okay. Do you think he worked at the shop or do you think he just visited the shop?
I can't tell how old he is. And that was George Perez's neighborhood. He used to write the bag. He did the artwork for the bag for that comic shop.
Oh, interesting.
How old do you think the Hut is?
I have no way of knowing. He could be like 13 or he could be 58. Like, I really don't know.
Call the FBI. Cecil is doxing. No, I'm just guessing because he's a Met fan, which indicates Queens. I know New York accents, and I know he's not Brooklyn or Manhattan, and he always says NYC. So I think he's Queens or Bronx. But the fact that he's a Met fan makes me say Queens. The fact that he calls himself the Hut makes me think Mike's Comic Book Hut, which is in Flushing, Queens, which was. I'm going to guess the Hut is checkpoint says 47. I would say he's 49 years old, Flushing, Queens. That's my guess. And I'm going to go off just his name and his Met and his accent. And I'm a New Yorker, so I think he's not 70. I would say 49 years old or 49-52. Cecil from Flushing, Queens.
Whatever, he's a dork. But look at this. Cecil. This is Gina Carano. Top 3 knockouts.
Let me see.
Here she comes. There goes Cecil's head. Oh. These young ladies.
Yeah, but she's fighting women with women instinct, not man instinct.
Right.
I'm saying an untrained man can beat the shit out of any one of these women.
What if she identifies as a man?
No, if it's a trans guy, then he'd kick the shit out of me. But any woman.
She tries to do that Brad Pitt thing from that movie Troy, where you jump up in the air and come down hard.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that Cecil there in white.
Right hook.
Okay. Talking to Daryl Hall right now.
Oh no.
Cecil, I don't know, man.
Let's set it up. And I won't train a day. I promise you that.
That's you on the floor right there, Cecil.
It'll be me on top.
Why would you be on
the
top?
Corner?
Oh, look at that. Ground and pound.
Damn. She beating the brakes off of him.
That's for real. That is legit.
Let's do it. I promise not to lift a single weight or even take a single boxing lesson. I'll still beat her up.
Will you lift a drumstick? Will you lift a pizza?
Yeah. She's legit.
Wait, you guys remember when China fought Joey Buttafuoco?
Oh man, I remember that.
China fought Joey Buttafuoco.
Yeah. It was on Celebrity Boxing.
Literally was out of shape, and he kicked the shit out of her. She was built like a truck.
I'm trying to. They have Vanilla Ice and Todd Bridges.
Have I been fooled by the media into thinking that like women fighters are?
I would destroy her. I believe I'm the last time I did a body mass index, I'm 98% fat. In fact, most of my bones have turned to cartilage at this point.
Yeah.
I still would destroy her.
Yeah, I that's amazing. That's interesting to think. Like the very best of women could not beat the very worst of men. I mean, that's your theory.
Right. I am the worst masculinity has to offer.
And still, you think you could beat the very best that femininity could have to offer. I'd agree with you about many, many, many things. I'm questioning the physicality aspect of it, but I'm willing to be convinced. You know, Cecil, if you won that fight, that would change my life. Andre Lubinsky says, no way, too slow. A lot of people here would be betting on Gina to win that fight. I would have to take about 3 or 4 Bitcoin. And bet on you.
Betting thing on this, man. There would be, CommerceGate would come out. There would be action on this. We could matter of fact, we could probably reach out to like a FanDuel or one of those sites like DraftKings, and they could set it up. We could do it on the phone. Everybody, we could take action, man. We, raise like $100 million.
Some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. People are saying, the worst of masculinity is better than the best of soy. That's what Jeg says.
Even though both of us would be fighting in a sports bra, I feel like I'd come out on top.
Chris Durant says, hey, is Anna a Trump hater? I'm really curious.
I have no idea. And I spend a lot of time talking to her. I have no idea what her politics are.
Would you I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah, we don't talk politics. We talk nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know who's a Trump supporter and who isn't. It's kind of nice. And I guess I won't know until next year. This coming year is election year again. I can't believe these 4 years went by so fast. Went too fast. We barely got the wall up.
Well, one of my friends on Facebook shared an article from MSNBC, and it says that Trump's going to lose. They keep sharing the same shit.
Yeah. He might lose. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it. You can never really tell. I mean, after Hillary Clinton lost, like that kind of completely threw everything up in the air. Who is she
fighting this time, Gina?
Is Trump fighting Gina Carano?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious. I can't wait. I can't wait till the election. I really enjoyed it last time. It was fun. I mean, the aftermath sucked, but it was kind of fun. People in the chat are saying Trump can't lose. Yeah, lose to who? Yeah, but that's the thing, guys. Don't get cocky because I remember what they were saying about Hillary. Hillary was going to take it. Cecil, Hillary would be president right now. Can you imagine this?
I could imagine what kind of utopia the world would be right now.
It'd be a better situation for Jeffrey Epstein. He'd still be alive.
Yeah. Think of all the lives that could have been saved. Epstein, Harvey Weinstein would still be running a studio.
Yeah. Harvey Weinstein. The less temper tantrum for the past couple of years. Leodar says the Dems are great at snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. I think the chances are pretty great. I think we got an 85% chance of Trump being reelected, but anything can happen. And I'm not. I'm voting. I'm getting out there and voting. I'm not going to stay home like Antonio and not vote.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up, man.
I'm going to get out.
Utopia says Matt Lauer would still be doing the Today Show.
Frank the Bunny 666 says, stop spreading fake news, EVS. Hillary was never going to win. That's why she tried to fix it with her Russian bots. I'm not spreading fake news when I say that everyone thought Hillary was going to win, except for a few people. The media basically was unified in saying Hillary was going to win. And I think even Trump at some points had some doubts.
There were heads of states from other countries already writing her congratulatory letters.
There was already a magazine that went to print.
Yeah, it was already a done deal. But before the election even occurred, it's already done deal. She was supposed to win. It was her turn.
That's why we'll never see that happen again. Like, it was so wonderful to see all of the presuppositions, all of these social justice warriors, all of the Democrats, all of the leftists who were just all aligned. I remember I was refreshing 538, that Nate Silver site over and over again and reading the comments, and the comments were so nasty. Like, they're full of the worst of the left. And somebody came in there and just said, I honestly, looking at the map right now, this was like the day before the election. He said, looking at the map right now, according to Nate Silver, I don't know why you're all so confident Hillary's going to win. He only has to flip one state. Like, he's got most of these states in the back. He's only got to flip one state to win. And I think he could flip any one of these Rust Belt states. So why is everybody rejoicing? And this nasty fucking woman, I remember her face. She just like a cat lady lunatic said, I want you to be here tomorrow. Be here tomorrow so I can piss in your face. And this was an adult. And I was like, damn. Now, I was there tomorrow, and I waited to see the cat lady. She was not there. She did not show up. But I mean, that must have been devastating for her. And the fact that it was devastating for a 68-year-old woman who threatened to piss in someone's face.
Some people pay good money for that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That made me so happy. I was just like, that's kind of good. Like these kind of people with their arrogance and they think that everyone in the world agrees with them except for Nazis. That it was wonderful, and that's never going to happen again because I think 2016 broke the mold. Now it's kind of. I think they're worried that Trump is going to be reelected. They don't have the confidence anymore.
When he won, I laughed a lot. It was at least 10 minutes of straight laughter. It was fantastic.
I celebrated really hard, and it really pissed off. I remember DC Comics actually sent me a note and said, "Stop." They said, "Stop gloating." I said, "I'm not going to stop gloating ever about this."
I think they would have stopped gloating if Hillary had won. I don't think so.
Of course not.
It would have been 4 years of gloating.
Of course. Raymond, thanks for $4.99, says, my whole life I wanted to make a Star Wars fan film. I mean, 4LOM and Rose are my favorite characters. This film is for the Fandom Menace community, our community. Well, yeah, but Raymond, you spelled Fandom Menace wrong. It's F-A-N, Fandom Menace. But I like your spelling is also good. I'm looking forward to your film. Chris Durant says, I heard she posted about it along with Jess.
What?
I don't know what he means. Heard she posted about it along with Jess. I don't know what you mean, Chris, but we're hanging there, pal. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We're almost at 2020. By the way, we went through a whole decade. The teens are over. We're in the 20s. We're going into the roaring 20s, guys. This is all amazing stuff. We're getting older.
In my day, you kiddies will never.
You know what? Take away the all right, think about, like, I was born in 1974. Imagine what I think about people who were born in 1874. And if you were born in 1874 and you were living in the 1920s, I would think that you were probably a very old man, because I wouldn't have done the math.
2004. I'm coming up on my 20s.
Yeah. You're a young man. You got a ways to go. The 2020s are going to be fun. I cannot wait for this election. Is the channel, our channels going to go political a little bit? Are we going to talk about the election, or are we going to steer clear of it? I guess we steer clear of it because it's Comicsgate, but
not me. I'll talk all about it all the time.
Are you really?
Basically, every one of my videos will start off with a challenge to Gina.
I'll watch your channel if it goes political, but I'll keep my channel.
I feel like
political.
she would throw one left kick into my liver, and I would crumple, and then she would go to choke me, and then I would flip her and beat her up.
Cecil's fantasizing about beating up Gina Carano. She did look small in that video that I just showed. Now that I know her size, 5'8", 140 pounds. I mean, that's really that's a light person. That's a really light person.
Well, I'm 4'11", but I'm also 411 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost twice her weight. You know, that's the thing. Like, I'd hate to think that if weight class is what it is, you know, who knows? I don't know. Cecil will win with love, says Hefty Joe. I agree. Yeah, little. Adrian Stone says she's small. She's me. Adrian Stone is small. Spectre of Comics says she's taller than Cecil. I don't remember how tall Cecil is.
I'm massive.
I don't think you're as big as me. Chris Durant says, you know, they made dog chew toys out of them. I'm lost about everything. I really am. In any case, we've been going for 3 hours now. I'm going to let you guys go. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Gina Carano, if you want to fight Cecil, he's ready to go.
I'm ready, and I will not train at all.
Antonio, thank you for being here. Appreciate you also, always, my friend.
Yay! I love it. Thank you.
And Literature Devil, congratulations on Dr. Alpha Miracle Child. Guys, go back Dr. Alpha. It's still in demand. Go get a copy of it right now. Do not miss Literature Devil's magnum opus.
You know what's not in demand, right?
You got a normal schedule for your guests tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll go to sleep at around 8 a.m.
No, go to sleep right now. Drink some NyQuil.
I don't want. I've been awake for 3 hours. I feel like I should do a little work first and then go to sleep. But I'll be on a normal schedule. I'll be ready for you guys.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you, everyone in the audience who backed the book. I really do appreciate that, too. Big help. I really do appreciate everyone who decided to back the project and who decided to put enough trust in the project to back it. And I'm hoping to live up to your expectations and more, especially when we come out with Lady Midnight, The Jolly Goodbye, which should be in your email box on Christmas Day, hopefully on Christmas Day. We do appreciate it, though. And thank you, Caesar Caligula, for having me on. I appreciate that, too.
Hail, Literature Devil. Hail, chat. Hail, Cecil. Hail, Antonio. And we'll see you all again tomorrow when Cecil is broadcasting live from my house.
All right.
Adios.
Flat Earth is real.